Alrighty. Hello, hello. Hopefully it looks like we are live. There we are. We do appear to be live. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I am Foul Play Gaming. If you are currently watching this on the replay, aka watching the video, then welcome in. I hope you're having a fantastic day. This is going to be a 2 to 4 hour live stream. There's going to be no editing. So if you are watching this recorded and you wish to jump straight into the action, down in the description will be all of the timestamps you need to be able to see what games have been played, what decks have been used, and you can basically just skip to the start of each game that you want to watch. Thank you very much for watching though. Leave a like, comment if you enjoy it, and if you want to catch one of these streams live, then make sure to tune in every Sunday at 6 PM UK time if you want to be here to potentially play some games with me, or just watch and get involved live. But for those that are watching the video, sorry, those watching the recording, presumably you'll click a timestamp now and go and watch a clip you want. For everybody else, welcome. We're going to chill, wait for a few people to come in, and in about 15 minutes, we're going to start the first game. Well, let's go from there. Welcome, everybody. Right, need to post a few places so people know I'm live. There we are, should be good. Just make sure that my correct button is working. It is indeed. Awesome. All right, and now we wait patiently. There we are. So, for those that are jumping in the next few minutes, or those that may be watching the recording but for whatever reason aren't doing timestamps, so plan of action for today's stream is the usual Achroma Community Games. Oh, text from my mum. Yes, so we're going to be doing the usual Achroma Community Games. So anyone that is wishing to join me from the Achroma community will be playing some games with me. Hopefully we'll get some 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 player games today. Otherwise, when we get to any stage in the stream where I have nobody to play against, which, you know, it happens, not everybody's always in the mood for Achroma, then we do have the solo mode of Achroma, which we will be carrying on having a go at today. We've tested it on the last couple of live streams and it's gone relatively well. Yeah, we will see how it goes. I have made some new decks for today as well. I mean, I say new decks. I've made a new deck, and there are some others I want to retry. So I've made a new King Craven deck. So I was playing against our good friend Ollie the other week, and he had a really, really strong painter deck from the Fall of Flyby realm. And in that, me and Pega, who was playing against him, really struggled to do much against him, because even though we had our own, even though I was playing an Achroma deck and Pega was playing quite a control deck, we struggled to be able to just stop him from snowballing. So I thought, okay, well, for decks like that, I definitely need to have a deck which is not only a control deck, but something that can really stop someone in their tracks. And obviously, there is the amazing legendary in Fall of Flutterby called King Craven Traitorius, whose ability is cards cannot gain or steal during the resolve step. So I've made a deck all around that, basically. It's very much an Achroma deck, you know, lots and lots of cards to minus and steal, not very much gain at all. Lots of control in this one as well, so even if, you know, I can't rely on King Craven necessarily coming out, you know, he might be the bottom of my deck. So there's lots of cards that just generally allow me to, you know, erase actions and characters and locations, so that we can attempt to stop anybody from gaining or stealing. I've also got the rare throne room in there as well for the same thing. But yeah, so it'll be interesting. So I think Ollie might be joining us today. So if he is, I probably will ask him to have a go at that painter deck again. And I will actually have a go at my King Craven deck and see how well that goes against it. I also want to, as the title of today's stream suggests, I do want to have another go with my Funguar deck. It's a meme deck. It always has been a meme deck. But all jokes aside, it's actually won 2 games so far. I think it's lost about 3, but even still, the fact is it's still won. It's not impossible. The only kind of major downside to this deck is that it does all revolve around Funguar, and people know that when I say it's the Funguar deck. So likelihood is that when you're playing against them, if people are playing properly, as soon as they see Funguar out, they'll just do anything they can to destroy it. And as soon as Funguars are raised, especially both of them, it can be very, very difficult to do much with that deck. So yeah, I'll definitely try out another game of that today. I quite like to give my Dexter deck a go again. I haven't actually played this one on stream for a little while. I also need to do a video for this one at some point. So this is the Dexter Master of Dragons charity card, which was released a little while ago. I've made a really, really fun deck that synergizes really well with him. It's not the most powerful deck ever. It really does depend on which cards you get out when, but this does have the potential to be a really, really powerful deck. And I haven't played that for a few streams, so I'd like to give that one a go today. But yeah, that is the plan. Yeah, if we don't have anyone to play against, then I'll do some solo games against NPC where we'll still try out those decks, but I'll obviously be trying them out against the NPC, which admittedly it's hard to determine how good a deck is against the NPC, because it's kind of like you almost want to build decks differently against the NPC, because the NPC works in different ways than a player would do. But yeah, before we do get started as well, we are going to talk about the Warriors of Wishwell teaser that came out recently. So we'll do that in a moment. I just need to send a quick message. Okay. But yeah, so what I would like to do is I'd also like to have a quick chat about the Warriors of Wishwell. So for those that haven't seen it, there is... so Warriors of Wishwell is the next realm that comes out for Achroma, and it's looking like it will be coming out on the 28th of October. So as at the point that I'm doing this stream, it's only about 12 days away. And they have now slowly started putting out teasers for some of the cards. The first teaser they've done, well, they've shown a couple of cards on stream, actually. That's a slight lie. They have actually teased it before, but we've only just seen pictures of cards. We haven't really seen, like, abilities and things like that. But we have now got our first ever sneak peek. So if I bring this image up, if I go to this screen, you guys will be able to see it. So here is a look at the first. Actually, you know what? Let me change which screen this grabs. Let's go with that one. Nope, wrong one. Yeah, it's better. So there we go. So we can see here, this is the Warriors of Wishwell first edition collection. Now, what they've done is they've now released this image, which is obviously to help sell the game. But from this, what we can see is we can see the promo card, which, to be fair, is exactly the same as all other promo cards. It's a 4-cost, Steel 2, but awesome picture on it. Hey, Drybones, welcome in, buddy. How you doing? I'm good. How are you? But we can also see the six legendaries that come with this realm. So I thought we'd spend the first few minutes of this stream actually having a look at these and talking through them and maybe doing a bit of speculating. I can probably go here actually, and then you guys can see me one moment. There you go. So we can talk to this. We've been doing all right. Yeah, I have been doing all right, buddy. Thank you. I've had a very, very good week. How's your week been, buddy? So having a look at these then. So let's talk through each legendary and look at what they are. So we've got this one. I'm gonna destroy the names talking about these. So we've got Solveig, I think his name is. Now the first thing I've noticed about these is a lot of these legendaries seem to not have very much in the have nothing in the resolve, but their abilities give them that. So we've got Solveig, who appears to be a troll. He says that the lore is the son of Tornstein and the first Samar Troll? S-A-M-R. Samar Troll. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. So that appears to be a certain type of troll. So he's 6 cost, and you'll see here that in his shard count, he has 3 Achroma shards and 3 Achrom. So I think he's going to be one of the Achrom. He's going to be one of the Achrom decks. Drove home and back in less than 24 hours with a concert and a football game. Nice! That sounds like a really fun time. So his ability is, if you have 3 or more trolls on your canvas, then Solvig cannot be erased. So kind of similar to Entombed Elders. And also, during your resolve step, you can steal 2 and draw a card. So that's quite a powerful ability, but it is really, you have to have 3 or more trolls on your canvas. Presumably, it includes him. So him and 2 other trolls, I'd imagine. So it does rely on you having other characters out. Otherwise, if you don't have those extra 2 trolls out, he's basically 6 cost for a 6 attack, and that's it. So it's a great legendary, very powerful, but it relies on you having those other characters out. So the next one we've got is Chiefess Astrid of Lacringi. No, I definitely ruined that. To be honest, I've been in the mood to play online games. Have you ever since the mood? Absolutely. We'll definitely have to find some time. I really hope that you get Achroma soon as well so we can play this. But yeah, I definitely want to play some games with you soon, buddy. So Chiefess, again, nothing in the resolve top right. She costs 5, so a bit cheaper than Solvig. Now, she has an ability called Shield Wall 2. Now, we haven't found out what Shield Wall means yet. They haven't explained it. Me and Rhea have had a few theories. We think that Shield Wall is one of 2 things. We either think that Shield Wall would mean that if you already had a character out, and then this character is your Chief Astrid with Shield Wall, I think that if this character got attacked, you know how in other realms, defend means that like you can like swap the attack and say, nah, I'm defending with this person. I think Shield Wall means that it means that, hey, her and 2 other characters can almost be attached in one defense. Almost like, hey, if you want to attack us, you have to attack us both, sort of thing, which would be incredibly powerful. Rhea thinks it might be like Shield Wall 2 is like a bit like having 2 extra health. So when being attacked, you would have to do 7 damage to kill her rather than 5, which probably makes more sense. She gives +2 for each huddler troll on your canvas. So there appears to be different tribes of trolls. So there's the Samar trolls and there is the huddler trolls. So for each of the huddler trolls on your canvas, including herself, obviously, you gain +2. So not too bad. You've been looking into financing Achroma, need some more thoughts? Yeah, apparently, hopefully I'll be getting that in the next week or 2, maximum. Apparently it's really close to being sorted. Basically, they have got the code, but apparently they're moving into a new store at some point, and until they move into that new store, they can't give me the code. So it's any moment now, basically. So the next one is Tornston the Mighty. So again, this is another. It appears to be that. It's all trolls. It appears to be all trolls. So this is a separate tribe called the Jotun Troll. He is definitely a furry. Look at that tail. So Tornston the Mighty, he costs 6. And for him, you get 1 in the resolve for each character and location on your canvas. So that's similar to some of the abilities in Curse of Curdle Hill. And also, if you have 3 or more characters on your canvas, Tornston cannot be erased. I would argue that that's a very similar one to Solvig, where, yeah, one for each character and location, and if you have 3 or more, cannot be erased. Wow, that's interesting. So a lot of these trolls seem to be very powerful if you keep them together. Welcome in, Ollie. Good to see you, mate. How you doing? So the next one is Chieftain Snore of Briskavi. He is also part of the Samir Trolls. He costs 5, and he has an ability called Rage. Now, again, we don't know what Rage means yet. However, me and Rhea have a good idea of what we think Rage is. We think that Rage means that you can attack. If a character has Rage, it means that all characters on your canvas can attack twice. So the reason why we think that is because if you read his next ability, it's a bit of a clue. Characters on your canvas get protection during their first attack each turn. The key thing there is in Achroma, characters can only ever attack once. So why would they gain protection during their... Why would it specify their first attack? If Rage didn't let them attack twice, then surely it would just say characters on your canvas get protection when attacking. So the fact it says first attack makes me feel like Rage means that they can attack twice. Now, that does sound OP that they can attack twice. But I would imagine it would go by the rules of, let's say you had 5 health and you were attacking a 3-cost character. You do your first attack and bang, you're going to be down to just 2 health, which means your second attack, you can only really kill something with 1 or 2, health. Without dying yourself. What do you think of the art so far? I think the art is beautiful. The art is absolutely stunning. I love how, I mean, that Norso totem, I know we haven't spoken about it yet, but the Norso totem looked incredible. I like how it almost feels like they all look like they're glowing. They're not glowing, but they look like they're glowing. It's very soft on the eyes. I really, really like it. What do you think? Not a surprise, really. Busy uni life is good. Lots of experience. Very nice. So yes, so with Chieftain then, so he gets Rage. Again, you guys can speculate what we think that means. And characters on your canvas get protection during their first attack each turn. So they're protected whilst attacking, but not whilst defending, only for their first attack. And he's also a -2, so that's all he gets for the resolve. The next one is Gizelle, something like that. I'm sure I'll get told the correct one. So she is also from the Huddler Jotun, same kind of like one as the one above. She costs 6, and she has a very similar effect to Solveig. If you have 3 or more trolls, and notice it says any troll, not like Huddler troll. Oh, no, actually, she's a Jotun troll. She's a Huddler Jotun. Oh, she's like a hybrid. She's like a mix. Aha, there we go. Look, if we look at the lore for her, she's the daughter of Tornstein and the first Huddler troll. So she is like a mixture of both tribes. Okay, so yeah, so if you have 3 or more of any troll on your canvas, then she cannot be erased, same as these two. And you also get +4 and draw a card. So it's kind of like, it's kind of exactly the same as Solveig. In fact, it is literally exactly the same as Solveig, except Solveig is Steal 2 and Gizelle is Gain 4. I'm a sucker for bright colours. The palettes all seem a bit in the same palette at the moment. I'm interested to see if there are any splashes of different colours. Yeah, I agree. Everything at the moment is either blue or green or black, right? Careful what you missed for. I can't start hearing my voice back. Ignorance is bliss. But yeah, let's have a look at the lore of some of the other ones. We forgot to look at actually, we'll come back to the lore at the end. So the last one is Norso Totem. I appreciate you guys can't see this very well unless I hide my camera. So Norso Totem looks really, really cool. It's 3 block, costs 6. It's a location. It's the only location of this of the legendaries. And whenever a card is erased from your canvas, trade it instead. So that is going to come really handy in some decks where, yeah, just basically any. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of a card like that. It does look like an obelisk, yeah. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that. It's kind of a preparing to lose. Do you know what I mean? Where if you build a deck around Norso Totem, you're basically accepting, I want my things to die, so I get... Well, I guess it's kind of an insurance policy more than a strategy, I guess. And actually, no, actually, I changed my mind. That is actually quite powerful because... let's say you were playing an Achroma deck where you were already on like 20 shards. If I'm on 20 shards and let's say Ollie was trying to stop me from winning, Ollie would have one of 2 methods to try and stop me. By either draining shards from me, which if he's not playing an Achroma deck or if he's not got many cards on the table, won't really do much, or remove my cards. But if by removing my cards to stop me from winning, it trades them, then you're going to potentially let me win before it even gets back to my turn. The only thing I don't know, though, is the ability is whenever a card is erased from your canvas, trade it instead. What I wonder is what happens when Norso Totem gets erased? Do you get the 6 shards back from Norso Totem? Or because it's erased, do you not get to use its ability? I would imagine it's that, because otherwise it's basically a free card. But yeah, it'll be interesting. So let's look a quick look at the lore of each of them, and then we are going to get into our first Achroma game of the day. So Solveig is the son of Tornstein. Oh! So actually, Tornstein's been a busy boy. Tornstein, actually, his son is Solveig. And he was the first Samir troll. Astrid is the beautiful and kind leader of the Lacringi. And protects the tribe with their unique powers. Okay. Jotun are the first trolls. All right, so any Jotun troll is like that must have been like the first tribe. They are immortal and godlike. Wow. I mean, they can surely be erased still, but wow, they are immortal and godlike. So, Chieftain, greedy and restless, this unruly leader of the Brisgavi tribe doesn't play by the rules. Interesting. Oh, that's actually another clue as to maybe rage means double attack, because normally you can't attack twice. So he doesn't play by the rules because he allows you to attack twice, which is a bit underhanded. I think we're on to a ball there. Yeah, so Gizil is the daughter of Tornstein, which means that presumably then Solvig and Gizil are actually brother and sister, albeit with a different mum. Who knows? Depends on how much Tornstein gets around, you know. And also totem, I appreciate you guys can't see the lore, but it says, this incredibly powerful totem connects the tribes to the ancient Jotun trolls who first came here. I see. So Jotun are like the original tribe who presumably are mostly died out or not around anymore. Maybe the Jotun are like the gods. Even though the tribes have gone their own separate ways, they're all connected to this original tribe. Interesting. Well, it'd be great to see how all of the lore comes out. There we go. So that is a little bit of a first look. That is the teaser they put. If you want to be the first to see these teasers, then definitely be in the Achroma Discord. That's where they post them. And we'll continue to evaluate them over the next couple of streams until the Realm comes out later this month. To which, I believe, if we're lucky, we might be able to do a bit of an unboxing first look video a little bit early as well. We will see. Cool. So that is that. Let's go back to let's go to my wait screen whilst we just get back on. Okay. All good. What's up, guys? So let's go to the battleground. So now, I will ask firstly, Ollie, I appreciate you are on stream. This is where I will ask, Ollie, are you going to be joining me to play? Or is there anybody else in the stream currently, or in Achroma, that would like to join me for a game? If there is, then great, we will start and get ready for a 2-player or 3-player or more game. If not, we'll play some solo games. It is, yes, Jeff, because when we actually turn on cameras, it's so that you can see the cards are around. That is actually right. Welcome in, Jeff. How you doing, buddy? You can do a couple if that works. I would love that, Ollie. I actually, I'm not sure if you were here at the start of the stream, but I actually said that I kind of want you to play that deck that you played before, that fairy deck, because I have a deck that I want to try and counter a little bit with it, because that was quite a strong deck. You won quite well with that. But yeah, cool. In which case, Ollie, jump on in when you're ready, and we'll give it a game. Hello, Ollie. How you doing, buddy?
Evening. I am good. How are you doing?
Not too bad, thank you. Not too bad.
Unusual that you wanted to play this one. I was deliberately trying to avoid it today.
I mean, if you want to play another deck, you're more than welcome to. So, so at the start of the stream, I mentioned how, so, you know, I normally like to build at least one new deck for each week, just to give me something else, you know, something new to try on stream. Like, for example, I do want to give my Funguar deck another go today, because it is good fun.
Should we start with that one then? Because I've just got a cobbled together deck that, frankly, I haven't even sleeved yet. It'll be a good warm-up game, and then you can try your serious one out.
Sounds good. So yeah, the serious one, I don't mind telling you the legendary, but I won't tell you about any of the other cards or combos. So I was saying on stream that painter deck you had, that obviously, you know, you won 2 games of that quite convincingly. And the issue that me and Pega had against that deck was that I obviously was playing Achroma and Pega was playing Achroma. And whenever you started to snowball, the issue was we just couldn't. By the time that you started snowballing, we didn't have enough control cards or enough minus to be able to basically slow you down. So I've gone for an even heavier control deck, but also, as you've probably seen with King Craven, it's the one that doesn't like to gain or steal. It's got a few of those cards, so it'll be just interesting to see how that plays against that deck.
So it's out and out control. We'll see how it goes.
It's out and out control. Like, you know, I can tell you now, there's only 6 cards out of 30 that even give me any steal. The rest is even minus. So like, the one bad side about that deck is I'm going to really struggle with my overall shard management.
I was going to say, if you're trading a lot to compensate, how's your card draw?
Again, not incredible, not average, I'd say. Not nothing, but not crazy, because there isn't actually that much card draw. There aren't that many card draw cards in Fall of Flutterby. Not that I like cards that are so good that you then would want them in your deck anyway.
Let's see how you get on.
Okay.
I'm not letting Funguar ruin my fun today.
Now, obviously, this is a bit of a meme deck, so I already highly suspect you will win. I'll tell you the biggest issue with this deck, apart from the fact that Funguar could easily be killed, is it is very, very objective power heavy and not that many characters. So there have been a couple of games that I've lost with this deck where the reason I've lost is I've had like 9 cards in my hand, but they're all like objects of power or cards that are meant to help Funguar. Until I get Funguar or another card out, it's like useless. So the code, whenever you're ready. I see you loading up.
2 seconds.
How you doing anyway, mate? You right?
Yeah, all good, cheers. All good. Been a long week.
Yeah. I'd recommend you turn your screen brightness down, by the way, as well, just because it will help with the contrast. But otherwise, the number is 731547.
Yeah, and my glare should be more manageable today on the cards, but just shout if it isn't.
Sure thing. Awesome.
Oh, you get to go first.
Oh, very nice. So I'll do the usual thing, because obviously I like to put the timestamps into the video. So just tell me, obviously I know you're playing Fall of Flutterby, because that's what we've got at the moment. Also, I forgot to read out that Drybones comment of looks like I'm sticking with the Flutterby. Out of interest, why are you sticking with the Flutterby, Drybones? What do the trolls not interest you at the moment? But yeah, so go on.
Because it's superior, Charlie. That's why we all play Falls.
So yeah, so obviously Fall of Flutterby. Just tell me what legendary and Achroma or Achrom, if you don't mind.
It is a Chroma, but as to what legendary, I cannot remember. Because I've not used it before. It's a Fall of Flutterby's Chroma legendary, so that really narrows it down to 1 of 4.
Fair play.
And I will let you know what it is in a moment.
That's fine. Whenever we see it actually in the game, what it is in the timestamp, it will still say the legendary. Okay, so for those watching on the recording, this is game number 1. So this is myself versus iCarpy, or otherwise known as Ollie. Welcome in, mate. I am going to be playing the lovely Funguar deck, which is a bit of a meme deck, but to be very clear, it's a Fall of Flutterby Chroma deck, all based around Funguar, and versus Ollie is playing another Fall of Flutterby Chroma deck. Which legendary, we don't know, because he can't remember. We'll find out, but for those watching on the recording, the timestamp will have said what legendary, because we'd have seen it by then. Okay, so it says for me to go for... Oh, well, let me draw my 5 cards first and see if I want to maybe... mulligan. And I'm going to decide to not mulligan.
Okay, neither will I, so good to go.
Cool. Okay, so it's me to go first, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So... I always hate having a good first turn, because a good first turn, like if you have many control cards, then like you could just ruin my day, but we'll see. So I am going to start my turn. Obviously, a 2-player game, so I won't draw. I'm going to... Can I play forward to play all of those in one turn? Ooh. I actually can't, but I can still do some good things. So I'm going to play the actual legendary that is in this deck. Even though we all agree that my legendary is actually Funguar, there is still an actual legendary in this deck, and it is indeed the legendary Guardians of Flutterby Falls. So I'll play that for 6. Bring me like 4 shards. And I will also play down a Blueprint Swirl, which is just incredibly lucky to have those 2 cards come out together because of how strong they combo. That is all I will play, so I'll go to my resolve step, which is, so Guardians allows us to splat 4, so if I just put that on Blueprint Swirl, that gives me +4. All my apps being a bit slow today. There we go. And then Blueprint Swell. For those that haven't seen it before, I will put it on the location. Blueprint Swell is the gain is X, and X is for each of the coloured shards that you have currently on your canvas. Now, keep it nice and easy. Guardians of Forgotten by Fools has one of every colour, so therefore I gain 6 back. So I'm actually ending my first turn on 12 shards with my legendary out, which is quite good. I will then draw and end my turn.
That is a damn strong turn.
That's a very strong turn. That's quite lucky, if I'm honest. But then again, I need a bit of luck with the Funguar deck.
Okay, I am going to first off draw, start the turn. I am going to then pay 4 shards.
Okay.
For a dovetail.
We are getting a bit of high contrast, just to be aware.
Yep, I will work on that in the background subtly.
That's fine. But yeah, dovetailed. So yes, is a splat 1 and steal 2.
And it is splat 1 and steal 2. I will then pay another 4.
Oh, another rare.
To put a prism sprayer on it.
Damn.
When this card is erased, I may attach it to another character on the canvas. So let's hope it doesn't get erased anytime soon. Finally, I will pay 1 more shard to play a Cogs Village for my last card this turn.
Yeah, nice little simple Cogs Village. I like it.
And go to my resolve, which is +3, +4 with splat. And then I will drain 2 from yourself.
Yeah, fair play.
Which brings me back up to a healthy-ish 7. To end, I am then going to trade a split decision, which is draw 2 cards, deploy 1 for free, discard the other, and I'll trade that for 4, bringing me up to 11. And in the lead, and thus I have the moral victory. If only life were that simple. I pass there, over to you, and I will be back in about 30 seconds whilst I work on this contrast.
No worries. So I will start my turn by drawing. Okay, so I already know what 3 cards I'm going to play this turn. So I am going to play Funguar for 2. Yes, I am lucky. I didn't have it in my starting hand, but I did indeed get him. I did manage to get him on my first card draw. So good old Funguar, which is my 2-cost character. He is poisonous. I will attach to him for another 2 a Toadstool Cannon. That gives him a bit of extra leeway to not be attacked. And it does also mean that we have block 2, which is going to help with those pesky steals. And the last card I'll play when Ollie gets back, because it does affect him a little bit.
I am back, and you may affect me as much as you like.
So normally I save this for Funguar, but I am actually indeed going to play for 2 Bounce. Bounce allows me to return 1 character, location, or object of power to its own hand. So if I put Dovetail back to your hand, it will erase the Prism Stayer, because you haven't got another character out, it's gone completely.
Oh, that's painful.
That's quite a nice use of Bounce. I'll then go to my resolve phase, because that's 3 cards played, which is nothing. Actually, you know what? I'm going to splat Funguar with the Fought by Fools so that Funguar technically gets some form of gain. Though obviously Toadstool was just a block. That's done. And Blueprint Swell is still currently 6, so that brings me nicely up to 14. Welcome in, Rhea. Is this a legendary Funguar deck? It is indeed. So far, I'm going to be honest, I'm not even going to say that Funguar deck is powerful. I've just had an incredibly lucky start. In my starting hand, plus the 2 cards that I've drawn, I've managed to get my legendary, a Blueprint Swell, and Funguar, and a control card, which has completely negated like 8 shards worth of Ollie's first turn. So I'm not saying that it's nowhere near game over yet, but I've had a very strong start. I will end my turn by drawing, and hand over to you, mate.
Sorry, I'll get it together.
That's right.
I will draw to start the turn. I will pay 2 shards for my own Funguar.
Oh! Funguar fee Funguar.
I felt it was important.
Yeah.
I will then pay a 5 shards and gamble a little bit now that I've lost my Prism Sprayer. For
yes,
an
he is,
advanced
Rhea.
scouting party, which makes me draw 3 cards, but I must immediately trade one of them. At least I get the shards back for that card.
Depending if you trade something high, yeah.
Well, I get the shards back either way. I can do that.
Indeed.
Or I can do that. Or
indeed.
And you're not playing anything with Achroma this game.
Like this. So this is a Achroma deck, but that doesn't mean to say there isn't Achroma cards in there. Basically, put it this way: I've built this Funguar deck. The way I built it, this is why I said it's a meme. Every single card that's in this deck has been put in there because it some way assists Funguar. Yeah.
In any case,
so there could be some Stellan Dream, but it's mostly Achroma.
I will trade a Giant Prism for 5.
Understandable.
Which allows me to actually play some more cards this turn. I will then tap for 3.
Yep.
And play a Rinsey Rust Weather.
Very nice.
As well as another 1 for a Trainee Painter.
Haven't you already played 3? Wouldn't that be your 4th card? Because you played Funguar, Wincy, and Advanced.
I did, didn't
I?
I did play Funguar. Then I will give myself
Can't forget about Funguar.
Back. Right, I'll go to Resolve. I will gain +1/+2.
Did you draw your card for Wincy, though?
I did.
There you go.
We will win this together. I will then gain a Splat for 1 other Funguar. And that's it. I go to the end of my turn, I will draw a card and pass.
Very nice indeed. Okay, so yes, he is playing a custom deck, Rhea. It's Fall of Flyby. I don't know what legendary he's using, but we do know that he is playing a Achroma deck, so presumably there isn't too much -4 steal in there.
We're all going to find out together.
We are, yeah.
It's going to be a wonderful experience.
So I'm going to start my turn by drawing. Yes. Interesting. So I am going to, in my attack phase, I will use Funguar to, with the Total Cannon to attack your Wincy.
Yep, that's fine.
That will kill the Toadstool, but Funguar will stay alive.
For now.
Then in my deployment phase, another Toadstool Cannon! I'll play a Toadstool Cannon back on to give my Funguar some more protection again. What else do I want to play? I will also play the Fall of Flutterby promo card for 4. I now unfortunately can't bring that up on screen, but it's a cost me 4, steal 2. And I'll finish by spending 2 to actually do a full palette onto Funguar, which I can put on the screen. It's just a nice little action which gives you some shards back. I'll then go to my resolve phase, which is... So I'm going to splat the Guardians onto Funguar, which means that between the splat from Guardians, which is 4, and the 6 splat from full palette, Funguar, believe it or not, gets a +10.
I mean, it's okay, I suppose. Oh, that's painful.
So yeah,
Not
nothing else there.
The Blueprint Swirl.
Blueprint Swirl is then another +6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the Fall of Flutterby means I get to steal 2. Putting me on to 24. And I will... Oh, do I draw or do I do it? The thing is, I've got something that I don't mind even saying. I have something that's 3 cost, so I could trade down, be on 27, practically putting me on victory at the end. But I want to see what's coming next. Just in case. I'm actually going to draw to end my turn, not trade. And that's what I end my turn.
Okay. I need to trade to start my turn, so I will gain 3 shards.
Mm-hmm.
What
do you trade out of interest?
I trade the Dismantle.
Okay, cool.
I will then pay 3 shards.
Yep.
I skip my attack phase, sorry. I'll pay 3 shards to play a second Dismantle onto your Toadstool Cannon.
Yep.
Another 4 shards for a Dovetail.
Yep.
Back from earlier. As well as another 1 shard for my Trainee Painter.
Yep.
Tossing all that up The problem is I can't really take anything away from you this turn. So
Yeah.
I think you may be safe as houses. Either way, it would be a +1, +2 splat, +3 splat, +4 Cogs Village, and a drain 2 from you. But I'm reasonably sure that I just can't get rid of your locations.
That's fair. I'll be honest, this has been like almost like a perfect. The only thing that would have made this run more perfect is if I, rather than those two total cannons, somewhere in this deck I have my own Achroma Corruptor and Prism Sprayer. So that would have been the only better situation than I was now to have better things. But yeah, so I'll start my turn by drawing. Oh, would you have it? I've actually got the Prism Sprayer, but I'm not gonna keep this going for any longer than it needs to be. Like theoretically, if I wanted to, I could put my Prism Spray on my Funguar. I could get a Soaking Stone for an extra steal out. I could trade my own Dismantle, but I'm just gonna keep it simple. The game is won, so I'm gonna go straight to my Resolve, which is 4 splatting for the Guardian's Flyby and 6 for the Brute Swell. That's more than enough to raise to 30. So let's just get it over and done with. Boom. Funguar wins another game, surprisingly, somehow. As that was really quick. So I know you only have time for a few games today. What would you rather do, Ollie? Option A is we can play those same 2 decks again and see how it plays out second time round, and then do one game of the your painter deck versus my control deck. Or do you want to do 2 of the other one?
Happy to play 2 of the other one. This was a cobbled together deck. It's not very high power. I'm okay with that. But for the record, the legendary.
Oh yeah, what was the legendary?
A mystery to us all, but I believe, as I stall for time, it was a Sprat Moral.
See, yes.
Which I have otherwise not played a game with or against.
Sprat's an interesting one. If I just bring him back up so I can remind myself of his abilities. Yeah, he's... Oh, no, sorry, I'm bringing it up on my screen. So, yeah, Steal 2 and Splat 1. And, yeah, on the end of turn, you can draw and trade. Yeah, it's an interesting one. It can make for if you've got some good cards, if you make a deck that's full of cards that are good for trading, like for example your split decisions you had in there, yeah, that could make quite an interesting deck if they came out at the right time.
I got the feeling he didn't have enough support in his own right. It's a strong solo card, but not a huge amount of synergy necessarily.
So I'll be honest.
Maybe that gets fixed later down the line when the second realm. The second deck for this round comes out. Yeah, so
when I first looked at this realm, I looked at the starter decks. One of the first things me and Rhea realized was if you actually look at the Sprat Moral starter deck, there are 0 ways to erase locations or characters other than bounce.
Jeez.
It has like no control. Right, okay, so there we go. That is relatively well shuffled. I'm also going to take my hat off because surprisingly, I'm actually a bit too warm. I thought, it's quite cold outside at the moment. I thought maybe just a hat rather than a jumper, but too hot.
Rhea, make a comment about how hot your husband is.
Okay, so it says your turn first time. You're happy with that. So, so this is your Copper Joss deck, right?
This is my Copper Joss deck. Yep, I think in streams, etc., it's something like 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes multiplayer, so I'm quite happy with the power level.
Oh, yeah. Okay, go on.
I shuffled the wrong deck.
Oh, it's fine.
We've got the same sleeves.
That's fine.
By time. Ad lib for 30 seconds.
Well, I can do my little intro. So yeah, so for those watching on the recording, yeah, thanks, Jeffrey. For those watching on the recording, this is going to be game number 2. It is still versus the lovely Icarpi. We have swapped decks though. So Ollie is playing again Fall of Flutterby. Actually, surprisingly, even though I've got access to every deck, we're doing lots of Fall of Flutterby today. Ollie's playing a Fall of Flutterby custom Achroma deck using the legendary Copper Joss. A little bit of backstory of it is that so far he's played it in 4 multiplayer games, of which it's 5, of which it's won 4 games. It's been quite strong so far. I have actually built this deck, not necessarily as a direct counter to that deck, because I can't see, I haven't seen his cards fully, so I don't know exactly what's in there. But like, I've built this deck to try and be a deck that should counter it. So it'll be interesting to see... I guess if I now win a couple of games really convincingly, then maybe I've effectively built a good counter. If I lose tremendously twice, then that either means that his deck is far too powerful for its own good, or I'm just shit at deck building, or both. Yeah, so I am playing a Fall of Flutterby Achrom deck, and I don't mind saying the legendary is King Craven. Actually, I think this is not only the first custom deck I've made with him. I think this is actually the first time I've actually played a game with him since my very first game when I got this realm and I gave each deck a try. But yeah. Anyway, so I am drawing 5.
I'm openly mulliganing.
Mulligan.
Mulligan.
Yep.
I am mulliganing my first hand.
Sounds good.
What are the mulligan balls for Achroma? I've not had to mulligan before.
Which is a good thing to bring up just in case people want to know. So just to be very clear, this is a community-based rule. This is not part of the official rules of Achroma for anyone wondering. But what you do is you would put all 5 of your cards, so you don't get to choose which ones you want and don't want. All 5 of your cards go down. Whilst they're on the table, you draw 5 more cards. That's your new starting hand, and that's it. You're stuck with those. Then the first 5 cards get shuffled back into your deck as best as you can. And it's kind of just like a second chance at a first go. And I'm going to... Do I want to do the same thing? I'm going to risk it for Chocolate Biscuit this turn and not Mulligan. I feel like it very much depends on which cards I get out next, but it's not a terrible first hand, so I'm going to give it a go. I haven't really, I don't know what is going to be the best hand in this deck. All I know with this deck is that because it's Achrom, I have to be aggressive from the get-go. If I let you get too many cards out and start getting to like 20 shards, it's going to be like near impossible for me to win.
Well, chat, shall we see how controlling his control deck is?
We shall see.
Because, as we've probably figured out now, I go way too fast in terms of my deployment, and I'm not nearly tactful enough with it. So, let's stick with that as an idea. It's the first turn, it's a single-player game, so I don't get to draw at the start. And there's nothing to attack with, so I go straight to my first deployment. I will pay 2 shards and deploy a Draken, which is just a +2 cost-effective card.
Yep.
I will play another 2 shards and give it an Achroma Corruptor.
Oh, damn.
Which really tests his control ability on his first, presumably, 6 cards. And then I will pay another 2 finally for a full palette, which gives me Splat 6 for the turn. So as I go to my resolve, I gain +2 from the Draken, +8 total for the full palette. And I get to subtract 1 from you, but because it's the first turn, I don't get to subtract 1 from you.
Yep.
But that's that. So I get to the end of my turn, and I will draw to pass to you.
Okay, good first turn, and we will see how. Yeah, I'll see. So I'm going to start by drawing because I can. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. So I've gotten quite lucky on my draw. I'm going to be completely honest. So I did just draw
If you have got a bounce in this deck, I am very upset.
I'll be honest, I do, but that's not what I just picked up. I don't know whether it's better or worse, but I did, luckily, on my very first turn, get a King Craven. It literally just got drawn.
Oh.
So maybe this is a bad thing. Maybe I shouldn't be getting this out so early, because you've got to remember with King Craven, it also means that... So just to be very clear, for King Craven, for those who can't see, he's a -2 in the resolve, and whilst he's on the canvas, every single card on anyone's canvas, including my own, cannot gain or steal in the resolve step, which means that basically the only way that me or Ollie can gain shards at this point is by trading or splatting, I should mention. Yep, so that cost me 6. Then I am going to... this is risky bisky. Do I do that now or do I do it later? Ooh, because I'm worried that obviously your Achroma Corruptor is a -1, isn't it? So I've got to be careful, because if I let myself go too low, because obviously I now can't gain either without trading, and I'll be honest, I haven't got anything I desperately want to trade. Do I do that now?
Choices.
I think for now I'm just gonna go. That's it for now. I'm gonna do a slow. A slow start's normally not very good for this, but I'm going to resolve there. So my resolve is just a -2 from you. Not really too much for you. You'll be fine. You're still on 10. And I'm going to draw to start my turn. Okay, I'm glad I did that.
To end your turn, you mean?
As in, like, I'll draw and then my turn. Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. Because if you've got another turn, I'm in trouble. Interesting. Pop quiz. Do you prefer going first or second as a general rule?
It depends on what deck I'm playing. If I'm playing an Achroma deck, I prefer to go second because it means that I can drain and steal straight away. Whereas if we swapped right now, then I would have been able to minus in the first turn. I think I just like going second full stop, actually, because it's nice to see what your opponent does early and then you can counter. But I guess the only benefit to going first is if you've got a very character-driven deck, you want to go first to get characters down to stop your opponent from playing characters unless they're better, you know what I mean?
Makes sense. Right, okay. I'm going to draw to start my turn. Now, chat, you may be wondering, should I attack with an Achroma Corruptor because it immediately triggers and gets rid of his King Craven?
I completely forgot about that rule.
And I wasn't going to bring it up because it's such a swing. But chat, we're not going to do that, and that's not out of the goodness of our own heart.
Interesting.
Because that does not exist. So I am going to go straight to my deploy phase.
You know, I completely in my head I was thinking, oh yeah, you wouldn't attack that because you die, but I forgot you could still. I forget it's like Ignis when you do. That's a genuine rookie mistake from me.
I am going to tap 3 and pay 3 shards, which is a bit risky in its own right.
I think I know what you're doing.
I am going to play Role Reversal.
I thought you would do that.
Which means that Charlie gets my Dragon.
Yep.
And I get his King Craven, which I'm really happy that he's down on 4 shards at the moment, because I have a -3 as a combination. Now, if I can only just deploy,
you're gonna
another 2.
I think I'm not even gonna play cards on my canvas at this point because I know what's happening yet.
Unfortunately, I cannot subtract another one.
Oh, okay. So we are actually going to be carrying on. I thought you were about to win the game. So I was like, I'm not even going to go find that Drakon and
No, I genuinely cannot subtract another one.
Okay.
Nothing this turn.
Okay.
I will then go to resolve there. So I will take another 3 shards from you. Which, on the plus side, makes it very likely that you have to trade to start your turn, given that you're on 1 shot.
Yep.
And I will draw to end my turn.
Interesting. Okay.
Good luck.
No, that is a fair play. So yes, I'll be honest. I wish we could just start again because that was such a silly mistake. I don't know why I put that in front of your Achroma Corruptor, but we'll see how this plays. So.
Oh, okay. I've realised something that you've done.
Wait.
And I did not realise this was a thing.
Oh yeah, I've got your Achroma Corruptor now.
I did not realise that it would stay.
Yeah, because I take your everything attached to the character. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a swap.
Well, chat.
So I should be on 1 extra shard, or are you gonna undo and just do your original move?
No, I'm still gonna play. I've committed. I've passed the turn. I just did not realise that was the thing. In which case,
I'm pretty certain.
This is much more in his favour now than it's in mine.
Let me just have a little quick.
I think it makes sense. It's just not something I actually thought about.
Yeah, because you're swapping a character, but that wouldn't. Yeah. You know what? We'll play it as that for now. But I'll still ask the devs about that one because I've never really thought about. I've always played it that way, but now I think about it, it could just be a direct swap of characters, which would mean that all objects would get erased. So, yeah. Jeff thinks he should have played it. All right. So my turn then. I'm on 2 shards then. Okay, so slightly better.
See, Jeff, who I know is watching, he believed in me. Should have done stuff, and this is what happens. It's my own fault.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna start my turn by actually drawing rather than trading.
Okay.
Perfect. I'm going to use the Drakon and Achroma Corruptor to attack King Craven. which means that he will die because I'll use the Achroma Corruptor's ability. Basically, the attack that I should have expected you to do. So King Craven goes into my dregs.
Yep.
Yes, this will die though. Oh no, because he won't die because it'll be erased before it happens. Yeah.
Erased before the time. Yep.
Okay, so then I will go to my resolve because actually no, I won't. I'll play one more card. So I'm going to play an imp for 1, which is on here. So he is a -1, and as an action I get to draw a card. So I've just drawn one. I'll then go to my resolve phase, which is to gain 2 thanks to the Drakon. God, my app is like going really slow today. There you go. It is 2. And then I get to -2 from you. And then I will end my turn. Now, you might consider this a weird move. Oh, do I do that? Okay. Actually, before I end my turn, this could be an even weirder move. This could play bad for me, but it might work well. I'm actually going to spend 2. This is before my draw or trade at the end. Oh, God, the app is going really slow. I might restart my phone. To play a full palette. And I'm going to play that on the imp. No. The Drakon.
Yep.
So I'm just going to leave that there. So that means that next turn, he will be able to resolve 6. And I will end my turn by... Oh, actually, is it worth doing that now? No, that's stupid because I still wouldn't be able to do what I want. You know what? I don't mind the fact you've seen full palette. I was thinking that by doing it that way, I could somehow get those 6 shards before my next deploy, but I can't. It's fine. So I will simply just trade, and I'm actually going to trade a card which is not really the best card for me to trade, but I'm actually going to trade one of my one of my rares, Serrano, for 4.
Why did you not play the full palette in your deploy phase?
Because I only drew it.
As a result of the imp.
Sorry, 1 second. My app is really annoying me. I just tapped it like 5 times and nothing's happening. I should be on 8. Come on. Let me just close other things. Why didn't I? I think it's because did I just draw it? No, so I played it. Oh, I can't remember.
Even if you did as a result of the imp, it's still in the deploy phase.
Oh, that is true. I could have done that then. But it's fine. I'll live with my mistake. It's okay. I think at this point we've both made silly mistakes in this game, but it's all good. It's how it plays out. So yeah, that'll be my turnover.
Okay. I will draw to start my turn. I currently got drain 2 on the board. Nothing to attack with. I will pay 3 shards for senior painter.
Yep.
As well as 1 more shard for a trainee painter.
Yep.
Putting me down to 1. I will go to my resolve, which is a +1 from each, combined with +1 splat each. So I get +4.
Okay.
Back up to 5. And then I will trade a lost property for 3 shards.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so...
Oh, this is going to be painful.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. So I'll start my turn by... do I want to draw or should I trade? No, I definitely want to draw. Good. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so... Right, attack phase. Okay, so yeah, I will do this. I'll use the Drakon and Achroma Corruptor to attack. So let's think this through carefully. I'm going to attack the trainee painter and use the
senior.
And erasing the senior using the Achroma Corruptor's ability. Yep, so that'll get rid of both of those. Now, I've got a few things I can do. Do I do option A or do I do option B? I'm going to go with option be. I have no idea if this is going to be... This could be going down the completely wrong path. I'm going to be completely honest. So I'm going to play Castle Gates for 3. So this is a uncommon location. Sorry, it's for 4, sorry to say. So that puts me down to 4. I'm definitely going to restart my phone after this.
And I know who you're going to dig for.
Yeah, so this allows me to dig for a pixie. So I'm absolutely going to be taking my King Craven, and it goes back into my hand. I'm then going to play my full palette. I'll just put it on the imp for 2. Oh my god, this is tilting. Are those?
Like me to do it for you?
Nah, it's fine. I don't get tilted easily, but when technology goes like slow for no reason, it like makes my blood boil. Okay, so there we go. Is there anything else I can play that I want to play? You know what? I may as well play, whilst I've got relative control on the board, I may as well play a Ravaged one for 1. So I'll put that on the board. He is a common character. He is he's as an action, I can squish 1, so I'll squish the imp. Otherwise, that's basically him. He's nothing. I'll then go to my Resolve, which is +2 for the Dracon. Thanks to the full palette, I gain 6, putting me up to 9. I'll get there by tomorrow.
He's not joking, chat. Stick around.
Like, I've never seen... Like, it's not even like my phone's going slow. It's not like the animation's going slow. I have no idea why it's doing that. Okay, there we go. And then the rest of my Resolve is all the minusing, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the squish. So minusing 5 from you.
Ooh.
Which I'll get there again eventually. Gonna have to watch it drain slowly, unfortunately. There you go, 5. And I will end my turn. I've played 3 cards, haven't I? Yes, so I'll end my turn by drawing.
Okay. I will draw out of necessity. And unfortunately do not have enough shards to play that card. So I pass. I go straight through to my draw step at the end of my turn.
I'm guessing you're trade.
And out of necessity, I will trade, yeah. But that's only to keep me kicking another turn.
What did you trade?
I traded a Wincy, which tells you my position entirely.
Yeah. Welcome in, Mo. Hope you're doing well. All right, so I will start my turn by draw it. Do I draw a trade, actually? No, because I can't play both. So I will... Actually, how much do I need for both of those? I'd need 11, so I'd need to trade something with 3, which I don't. Okay, so no, I'm just going to draw. Oh, do I? No, okay, no, I have drawn. I can't put it back down now. Okay, so you know exactly what is happening here. I am going to... Actually, yeah, maybe I don't play my King Craven just yet, because it's not like... I guess the only reason to play King Craven is to stop you from gaining, but actually, it would be better if I just played stuff that's going to try and kill you this turn. So I'm actually going to play my rare instead of Throne Room, which costs me 5. Throne Room is choose 1 color, and cards on any canvas with that color cannot gain, steal, or splat. I'm just going to choose dark blue. I know you've got nothing on your terminal on your canvas anyway, but dark blue is a common color that comes up, and it doesn't affect the Dracon, which is from you. And I will now draw a card thanks to Throne Room. I can play 2 more cards this turn if I want to. And yeah, if I play that, I think I might be right. And for 3, bring me down to 1 shard. Eventually. Oh my god, that's so tilting. Okay, and I'll play a Morag. Here we go.
We apologise, chat. Charlie will not be able to finish me off because he cannot.
Because the app won't do it. So Morag is a steal 1 and a squish 1. So that's all I can play this turn. So let's go to my Resolve. So Dracon lets me to gain 2. So total minusing is 2, 3, 4, nothing for that one, and then 5 because of the squish. So I get to add, so -5. And see, the minusing is fine. It's just my mind gaining. And then I get to steal 3, so that would be enough to win the game.
Yep. And he managed to do it.
I managed to do it. I'll be honest, that I'm unsure about how I feel about that game.
I can't. I can turn around and point at least 2 big misplays early from you and 2 big misplays from myself early, and I'm not sure that actually showed the decks particularly.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, yeah, we both did some absolutely fundamental, like, oh, whoopsie, that doesn't work that way. Why would I do that? Which could, yeah, if we hadn't have done those, might have completely changed it. But I guess we did say we were going to play one more anyway, so I guess we can.
Yeah, I'm game for it. I am curious about the interaction for that swap, and
let me see if I can quickly
go over as well, but I can't take the win away from you at all.
Whilst I'm just restarting my, I don't think it actually was my phone, because my phone's been running fine. I think it is just the Achroma app, but just to play devil's advocate, I'm going to just restart my phone. Whilst I'm doing that, let me just quickly write in the rules and questions to double check.
Helpful chat, in case you don't know, there's a specific Discord channel to ask this sort of stuff. So if you're playing a game with you and your friends and you come up with your own challenges such as this, pop a message in. Oh, hi Mole. My hand is down here in chat somewhere. I suppose, hi Ria. Although I did mention her earlier.
So yeah, Mole, you're on your last push of the day. I'm almost done. How'd you? I'm doing good, thank you, Mole. Pleasure to see you as always. Yeah, the bots that. So something we're gonna have to get used to here, Ria, is that I don't know if it's to do with Streamlabs or YouTube, but Streamlabs on YouTube is delayed. So like when you do a command, you will have to wait anywhere between 2 to kind of 5 or 6 seconds for it to pop up. Or have I? Oh yeah, you self. Yeah, I'll have to change that. Overwatch cringe. FF go next. But yeah, you've been playing. Ria's been playing a bit of Overwatch, I think. Yeah. I forget what the comment was, but I did see it. But yes, so let's get logged back in. Do you guys ever get it where when you're ever loading to the app, Ollie, do you ever get it where it will never log you in first try? You always have to click the profile and do it twice.
No, I confess I've never had a problem with the app. Occasionally, in the earlier days, it was slightly not quite laggy, but you know, not instantly responsive. But I have to admit, in the last few weeks, it's been perfect for me. No complaints with the app at all.
I mean, this is the first time I've ever had like performance issues, full stop, no, on the app. Yeah, I have a weird thing with the app and me that every time I load up the app, it will go, hey, I'm gonna log you in with your email, and then it says failed, and then I'll have to click on the profile, click log in again, and it works. All right, new code is 783315.
Say that one more time. Oh wait. I typed a message and it did not join in anyway.
Oh, so 783315. Mole said, hey, if you're playing Overwatch, I want to join. I'll say now I'm not playing against people yet because everything's so different. Yeah, I think you always like playing against AI for most of the time. I appreciate that. Okay, so when you so 783315.
There we go.
Cool. I do just need to quickly. So who's going to go first? It says for you to go first again. And I'm just going to quickly check a message. If you want to swap it and let me go first, I don't mind.
No, it's fine. We play it as it's blonde.
Okay, right. So apparently even people. Yeah, that's just Overwatch. I think what you got to remember as well is I can already tell by speaking to a few people that clearly Blizzard have got what they want with Overwatch 2, which is the whole reason for free to play is they're hoping to. There's a lot of people out there that have never played Overwatch 1, but because they didn't want to pay for it, and they go, "Ooh, Overwatch 2 and it's free, I'll give that a go. So you've got a massive influx of brand new players, which obviously is good for any game, but you're going to get a lot of those new people going to AI first, and they are clearly not going to be very good at all. But yeah.
I have to admit, I've played a little bit, and Overwatch 1, they've changed my character, but she is so satisfying to use.
Oh yeah, I haven't played myself, but I've heard Orisa is really, really fun now.
I used to love her, but they've removed her shield, but she gets a javelin.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress. Back to Achroma.
Okay, so, right, let's do the introduction for this one. So, for those watching on the recording, this is game number 3 of today's stream. This is still myself and iCarpy, and it's actually the same decks as game 2. If you watched game 2, you would have saw that my deck did manage to beat Ollie's. However, it's not really a fair reflection of how the decks really went, because both me and Ollie made at least 2 mistakes each that were like, absolutely, like, we did it and then we're like, why did I do that? Like, really silly moments that could have basically thrown the game, like, well, arguably did. So yes, this time hopefully will be a bit more accurate. So yeah, same decks. For those who didn't watch game 2, I'm playing an Achroma control deck from Fall of Flutterby using King Craven. Ollie's playing a Fall of Flutterby Chroma deck using Copper Joss. Both of them are custom decks. Both of them are believed to be quite strong. We'll see how they go. Which really sucks about Overwatch 2. They market it as PvE with story missions, and all they've done is, yeah, they basically just haven't released the main part of the game yet. So I'm going to start. Oh, do I want to?
Oh, is it my turn to start? Oh,
it is your turn to start. I'm just looking about whether I want to mulligan. Thank you. I appreciate you allowing it. And you know what? I'm going to risk it for Chocolate Biscuit, because I still don't really know how I should be playing this deck, so I don't really know what cards I'm looking for, but I can work with those cards, so I will not mulligan.
Okay, I have mulliganed using your rule from earlier, which is the community rule of you put your hand back on the table, draw 5 new cards, and shuffle the original hand back in, so you cannot get any of the cards that you mulliganed away. But I am happy and ready to go.
Awesome. And yeah, Rhea
also,
gone.
Which chocolate biscuit?
It has to be a bourbon if I'm risking it for a chocolate biscuit. I mean, I guess you could argue a bourbon isn't really that chocolatey, but it's, yeah.
Chocolate hobnob.
Yeah. So Rhea says Overwatch 2 is going to be a standalone multiplayer PvE. Yeah, that's what the original scope for the game was. And apparently there is still going to be the campaign mode, but yeah, they just don't release it for ages. Yeah, I wish there was 6 discs in the arcade as well. Welcome in, Cornwall. Weird to see you streaming on YouTube. But hey, by the way, I'm Xtox. Hey, welcome in, Tox. Great to see you. I'm probably going to start calling you Cornwall just because that'll be easier than trying to like convert your name back to Tox. But lovely to see you. Thanks for coming and saying hi today. It is weird being on YouTube, but it's a refreshing new start to streaming. But welcome in, mate. All right, Ollie, go ahead with your first turn.
Okay, I can't draw because I'm going first, and I can't attack because it's first turn. There's nothing out there, so I will start strong. I will pay 4, and in a mirror to the last game, start with my Copper Joss.
Fair play.
As well as another 2 for a dragon.
Yeah.
Because everyone needs friends.
Yeah.
And I will pay another 2 for my own full palette onto the dragon.
Very nice.
So I will go to my resolve, which is +5 from the 2 cards, +11 added up with the full palette.
Very nice indeed.
Just in case you happen to get your nasty Craven Tutorius out again.
Yeah.
I go to the end of my turn. I will draw and pass to you.
Very strong first turn, mate. Corn, so what game is this? This is a card game called Achroma. It is a game that has been made in the UK. It is available worldwide. It is relatively new. It came out October last year, so it's about a year old now. Yeah, it is very similar to games like if you've played something like Magic the Gathering or Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, then a lot of things that you see will be not too dissimilar, but it is very different in its own way that makes it not just like a copy or a replica or anything like that. Yeah, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask them as we go along. I am trying to be educational with how I play, so I'll normally be, me and Ollie are both talking through what we're doing as we're doing it. So hopefully after watching a few turns, you should get the general gist. And as you can see, anytime I play a card like that, for example, it would appear on screen so you can read it as well. Okay, so very strong start from Ollie. I'm going to start by drawing. Okay. I am going to... So I'm going to play the promo card, Fall of Flutterby, for 4. My app does seem to be better now. Which, unfortunately, I don't have this one to appear on that little bit over there, but it costs 4 and is a steal 2 in the resolve. I'm actually going to play my own full palette onto it for the resolve. And do I do this on this turn? Is it worth it? I'm going to say no. I'm just going to go straight to my resolve phase, which might be... I could already seeing this being quite dangerous, because depending on what cards you have in your hand, you could snowball very quick with that Copper Joss. So I'm just going to go straight to my resolve, which is to get 6 back from the splats. And I get to steal 2 from you, just doing a little bit of digging.
That's terrible.
I know, right? And I will draw. And I will not do anything. Actually, you know what?
So for the benefit of chat, presumably you're considering playing an action, because the action would be the only card that you can play out of.
That's correct, yeah. And it might be a risk. I'll discuss this later on. Depending on how the game goes, I'll tell you what I could have done at this stage. But I'm going to say no, that will be the end of my turn. It's okay, by the way. You can call me Tox or Cornwall. I'm known as Tox on Twitch, but here on YouTube, it's Cornwall. I probably will default to Cornwall, even though right now I know it's you, Tox. But it's only because over time, I forget who's who at times, especially when it comes to, like, you know, different accounts. So rather than me trying to, like, remember your Tox, as in, like, your name is Tox, I'll probably end up calling you Corn, unless you prefer to be called Tox. You're going to hop off now, but don't come back. Sorry, if I don't come back, I'll see you next time. Have fun. Thank you very much, Mole. I appreciate it. All right, your turn, Ollie.
Okay. I'm going to draw to start my turn. I'm going to attack nothing, because I can attack nothing.
Yep.
So I go to my deploy phase. So we will see. This is going to be very polarizing as to whether you wanted to play whatever action you wanted to play. I am going to pay 1 shard to play a trainee painter.
Fair enough.
I will pay another 3 shards to play a senior painter. And I will pay another 4 shards to pay a squad leader.
You will need to move. Can you move all your cards slightly to the right? Because I've lost track. Anything. I can't see the last one. There you go. So a squad leader. Okay, interesting.
I really wish it were Wincy, because it seems to be a bit of a staple card for me. But no Wincy today. I go to my resolve, which is, let's do some maths, 2, 5, 6, 7, 9, plus 3 for 12, plus 1 for 13, plus 1 for 14, plus X, which is 1, 2, 3 for 17.
Wow, very strong turn. So I'll be honest. I'm just gonna say now, because I probably shouldn't tell you what cards I have in hand. I'll still tell you later. I'll be honest. It still is a bit like I could have maybe changed that a little bit, but it's fine.
Okay. And I will draw to end my turn.
Lovely.
Over to you.
So Corn says, will you stream on YouTube from here on out or go back to Twitch? So I am now fully on YouTube, Corn. So if you go to my Twitch channel, you'll see there's a video of me saying that I no longer stream here. I am currently a full-time, I say full-time, as in I am only streaming and doing videos on Achroma. Like, this is the main thing I'm doing, a bit like how I used to be a DBD streamer. Whilst I am just basically nothing but Achroma, I am 110% stick on YouTube. Who knows, in the future, if I go back to any other game, if another game takes my interest, I might move back to Twitch. But to keep it simple, for the foreseeable future, YouTube only. And there's many different reasons why I've chosen that. Okay, so I will start my turn by drawing. Interesting. So I am going to... Right, so... for 5, I'm going to play my rare Throne Room. So firstly, let me bring it up on the screen. So this allows me to draw a card. I'm going to do that bit first. Okay, cool. So this allows me to choose 1 type of color, and any cards on any canvas with that color cannot gain, steal, or splat. So I have to do some maths here because
dark blue.
Dark blue is the most, but that would also then mean that I can't steal because I'd be negating my own promo card, or I choose light blue and stop the 5 that you're getting from Copper Joss, because you're getting 5 from Copper Joss right now. 6 from Copper Joss, sorry, yeah. You're getting 6 from Copper Joss, and you're getting
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at present.
So you're getting 9 from dark blue, 6. So I go light blue, and you're technically still gaining more, but at least I can steal. Which actually, technically, the net overall gain is you'd be gaining 1 extra.
1 up.
But I would be stealing back, which is important for me because I need to try and, I need to try and reduce from you, but also I need to keep my own shards up. So I am going to, for now, choose light blue. So essentially, your Copper Joss is nothing but an attacker, and I guess she helps towards your, your squad leader.
Yep.
I got a new job, by the way. Oh, congratulations, Corn. What are you working as now? Okay, so that's my first card played. What else do I want to play, if anything? Yeah, I'm going to do this. So I'll be honest, this is what I could have done last turn. I'm going to do it this turn just purely because I'm scared that even if I'm only going to be minusing 4 from you and you're going to be then gaining 9, I want to be careful that you don't accidentally win. So for 2, I'm going to be playing Bounce. So I was tempted last turn to bounce your Copper Joss just purely so that it would have cost you another 4 to play out, and it would have meant that had been 1 less card you could play next turn.
I assume it's going to be squad leader.
Yeah, I'm gonna bounce your squad leader. So it just means that next turn you can still play her, but it'll cost you another 4, which is just going to slow you down a little bit.
Yeah.
Then I will then. Oh, am I going to play anything else? I don't think I. Actually, you know what? I think I will play this now just because I need to try and again. I need to slow you down. I'm going to play Snuff Out as an action for 2. So that's now my 3rd and final card this turn. Actually. Yeah, I will. Which Squish is the opposite of Splat. So I'll leave that out and I'll go to my Resolve, which is essentially to steal 2 and Squish 2. So I'll be stealing 4 and minusing 2. I'll then go to my Draw Resolved, which I will draw and end my turn there. Hopefully I've done enough to stop you winning this turn.
Okay, I'm just doing some maths.
That's fine. Whilst you do that, Corn says I'm going to work with music, film, and podcast. That sounds awesome. That sounds like a really, really fun role. Do you mind me asking, like, what you're doing within that? As in, are you doing, what's like your role within that? Because music, film, and podcast could be anything.
Oof. Okay. Right, let's give this a go. I hope I have gotten the maths correct. It's a bit of a risk. I will go to trade to begin with.
Okay, so you're going for the win, are you?
I am going for the win. I'm just trying to figure out which is the best way to do it. Which is for only gain a net gain of 1. Right, okay. So I'm going to trade a role reversal for +3.
Okay.
I am going to go to my deploy phase. I'm going to pay 2 for a splat.
Yep.
Not a splat, a full pallet. Yeah. That too. Second full pallet. And I am then going to resolve, which is +2, +3, +4, +5.
Yep.
+6 is 11.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And then
now, I was going to say, you should be able to tell me why I can win this game.
Because you've got the card that I put back in your hand to trade. Yeah,
there we go. So,
squad leader.
To end the game, I will trade the 4-cost squad leader.
Fair play.
30.
Okay, so I can already see where I've made not made a mistake per se, but where I've like tried to build a deck that kind of counters that. I can already see I was trying to counter you by just trying to like get tons of, minus and steal, but also obviously there's a couple of cards like Throne Room and Craven, and there's a couple more I've gotten here that like, stop you from gaining. But the issue you have is that splatting is so spread out that there's not like one card to rule them all sort of thing. I mean, maybe if I'd have chosen dark blue, that might have made a difference, who knows. I can see already what I need to do to stop it, to counter a deck like that. That deck has 2 weaknesses. Either I need to use a deck that has more, because when you actually look at control cards in this deck, so I'm just going to pull out any card that allows me to erase a character or location. I'm pretty certain that most of the ones I have are to erase. That's erase a location. That's to swap a character. So I guess that could have been effective if I'd had that. That's another location. That's a character or location. So that's the first one that I could actually erase. These 2 are character ones, I guess. That's locations. That's a character. I'm not going to put bounce in there because it doesn't actually erase it. Achroma Corruptor technically can do a character. Back out there. So although I have quite a lot of control cards in this deck, when you actually look at it, there's only actually 4 cards in that deck that can erase a character. And what I've realized is actually the deck that you've got is very, very character strong. If you had strong locations in there, you might actually have them in there, but if you had things like, your Splat Square out, your Blueprint Swirl, then I could have had more control for those. I think what I need really to properly counter that is I just need not only a deck that has counters, but also has its own set of strong characters. Because look at that game, for example. I couldn't get one character out, which meant that you could play with your characters. If I had a few strong characters out, you wouldn't have been able to play your Senior Painter, your Tradie Painter. You'd have been stuck with only your good ones. I feel like that's how to beat that deck. I need to have strong characters so that you can't control the board like that.
Yeah, I mean, Blueprint Swirls, anyway, are a bit snowbally. The problem is my lost properties and my infirmaries allow me to dig and search, and the power of search doesn't come up very often, but it shouldn't overlook the ability to get out what you need when you need it. Splat Square, again, a strong one. You're right. I don't know. If I had played the last game differently, I still feel confident with this deck, but
it's a brilliant deck, no doubt about that.
You need to, if you're going against this, you need to be removing every single turn.
Yes, realistically.
And you got that with the Achroma Corruptor Funguar, or the Achroma Corruptor last game.
Yes.
Because you were removing everything. If you give me one clean turn
to get tons down,
you did this time, unfortunately, then the snowballs are where you're going. But in fairness, 2 full pallets early, it's just draw on that one. There's not a huge amount you can do any deck with that. Is it a big
I'm pretty certain I played this one against it last time, and I think the only reason I failed was because we were doing a 3-player game. I'm pretty certain my Otrix deck, if I just skim through this, I think this one has a lot of, so this one is claim a character, poisonous, that would help, restrain a character, drain two shards from all locations of characters, claim an object of power kind of helps a little bit, erase a character or location, erase all locations of characters with yellow in them, claim a location, restrain a character into it, erase up to 1 character location, another poisonous, another X-ray. Yeah, so this one definitely, I think I actually played this one against yours before, but I think the reason it didn't do as well is because I think that's the game where I went full out on Pega, which just let you slide to victory.
Worked for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you off, are you? That is perfectly fine, my dude.
Thank you for having me on.
No worries. Thank you, as always, for playing. It's been a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your evening, wherever you go up to, mate.
I will. Bye, chat.
Bye, buddy. All right, so I'm just going to mute myself for now in there. Okay. Let's just go to this screen for now, my little wait screen. Yeah, you're going to work a little in all departments, but mostly film. That's awesome, dude. Really, really cool. I hope it goes well. So what we're going to do now, folks, is, I appreciate this is the first time you come into this stream, Korn. So what I normally do is I normally play basically Achroma with anybody that wants to play with me. Obviously, if you had Achroma, we could be playing it. So I'm in an Achroma Community Discord, and basically if people want to join me, they can. However, I don't think we currently have anybody ready, lined up to play, unless there's anyone in chat that suddenly wants to say, hey, I'll play. Yeah, this is a scene that Codex worked on me for a little while ago. I actually just I haven't had a good chance to use it yet. I need to turn the chickens on, so the chickens should be running along the bottom, and obviously that's where the game would show. It's a cool little, it's my new weight screen. Because you remember before, Rio, I had the weight screen that was like the Huntress throwing hatchet one. Obviously, that's not relevant anymore. So I commissioned Codex a little while ago to make me a new kind of, it's supposed to be a weight screen rather than BRB screen, but I'm kind of using it as a BRB for now. But yeah. So before we get into the next game, what's your major reason for moving to YouTube? In short, Corn, because I'm now only, so firstly, it all revolves around the fact that I'm now not streaming other games. I'm only streaming this card game, Achroma. Because of that, with Twitch, unless you have more than 25 or 30 viewers on Twitch, Twitch won't recommend you to other people. So the only way on Twitch, if you're under 25 viewers on Twitch, the only way you'll get new viewers come along is if you're lucky enough for somebody to search, scroll down and find you, or if you promote through like having like, you know, do you remember how I used to have like twitch.tv in my name on this in DVD, so people would come to my stream because they saw I was a streamer. So the issue with Achroma is Achroma isn't a category on Twitch. I would have to stream as just card games. Not many people stream under card games, and not many people search for card game streams. So the issue is when I'm streaming Achroma on Twitch, the chances of me getting new viewers coming and saying hello is slim to none. So that's the first reason to move over to YouTube. In fact, one of the main reasons is that on YouTube, even when I'm currently only sat on 3 viewers, which, let's be honest, is very small compared to what I used to get on Twitch. But on YouTube, they will still be promoting my stream. Like right now, there'll be a couple of people scrolling, and my stream will be an option on their screens, even though I'm only on 3 viewers. Now, admittedly, it's not it's not an amazing method. If people don't want to watch Achroma, they won't watch Achroma. So I haven't had a crazy influx of new viewers, but I have already seen a couple of new people come in and say hello. So that's the first and main reason, is that it's better for growth whilst playing Achroma. The second reason is I've been actually doing a lot of Achroma videos. I've been making shorts and videos. If you look at the rest of my YouTube channel, Corn, you'll see there's loads of really cool Achroma videos. What's nice about YouTube is that once I've finished this stream will then be a video for anybody to watch, similar in the way that Twitch does Twitch VODs. But let's be honest, with Twitch VODs, they get deleted after 30 days, and no one really watches VODs, not very often. So yeah, that's why I like streaming on YouTube as a second reason, because it means that all of my streams then become videos for people to watch, and I timestamp them as well, so people don't have to watch the whole 4 hours. So yeah, and the third reason is kind of just I fancied a bit of a fresh start. So on Twitch, at the point that I started streaming Achroma on Twitch, I think I was at about 1,600 followers. And over the course of about a month and a half, I actually dropped to below 1,500. Every time I clicked go live, I was losing followers. And the reason for it was because most of that follower base was Dead by Daylight related. And they kept getting notifications that Foul Play Gaming was playing something other than Dead by Daylight. So at least by, on YouTube, I've never been very high subscribers on YouTube. I think I'm at about 347 at the moment. I'd rather start fresh on YouTube and try to gain from quite low subscribers rather than be streaming on Twitch where I have actually a decent amount of followers, but every stream be very demoralizing seeing my followers go down and down and down. So yeah, I'd rather have a fresh start and see slow but progressive growth than be streaming on Twitch where I'll literally see slow and progressive loss. So there you go. That's the reasons why. Don't get me wrong, there is things that I don't like about streaming on YouTube, like, for example, that until I reach 1,000 subscribers, which probably won't be for a while, I can't have my own emotes, I can't get paid through YouTube, I have to rely, so I have a thing called Coffee, which you can see, there's a link down below, so yeah, basically, that's the only way I can kind of make any money through this now anyway. I got my 2 old accounts watching Sour Please, who's Sour, please? I'll show you my slow and progressive growth, I hope so, Jeff. All right, so back to Achroma then, folks. So what we're going to do now is I'm actually going to play... There you go. So I'm actually going to play some Achroma against myself. So in Achroma, I don't think the emotes show up for some reason. Some do, but not like there's only like default ones basically. So in Achroma normally is only a 2-player game. Well, it's 2 to 6 players. excuse me, but someone in the community has managed to find a way that you can actually play it one player, which is actually really fun for people like myself who want to play Achroma more often, but are normally unable to because, you know, if I don't have a friend to play with, because I don't have many friends, then you'd be able to play by yourself. So if someone in the community wants to play with me, then I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll play a game with them. But until we do, we're going to play some single player games. So let's do a game of Curse of Curdle Hill. So these are 2 decks that I've made recently. I've got a Conjurer Otrix deck, which is an Achroma deck, and I've got Cara Curdle. I would like to play the Otrix deck. I quite like controlling decks, and I'm going to give the NPC Cara Curdle. So let's give this a bit of a shuffle, and then we'll get started. I also need the dice. So unfortunately, because I don't have a second phone, unless I can borrow your phone, Ria, because I don't have a second phone, I have to use dice for the NPC. You can use my phone, but you have to come and get it? Is the auto lock off? I guess I can do it. Yeah, I'll come and grab it because that will help me quite a lot, to be honest, Ria. That will help me quite a lot, so I'll come grab it. Do you know what I might do, Ria? I won't do it right now, but you know your old 1+6, I think it is, that's just currently sat in a box in our cupboard. I might actually go and I might grab that. I might load it up, have nothing but the Achroma app on it. Obviously it'd have to be on Wi-Fi because there won't be a SIM card in it, and use that for when I'm using the bot. Or I might just keep that phone in the Achroma box, so if we're ever playing with a friend, but the friend doesn't want to download the Achroma app, they can always use that phone. Maybe it'd be a good use of that phone whilst yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go and run and grab Ria's phone, as long as you're okay with me doing that, Ria, because it does mean you won't have your phone for a little while. So I'll be right back, folks. I almost got to say hi to Ria. Ah, bless. I'm back. Hello, Idle. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. How's life in Idle World? Right, let's get Achroma. Hello, Lando. Yeah, I just be very clear. Yeah, I did wear this shirt last Sunday. I have washed it between Sunday and this Sunday. I just really like it. It's just a really comfy shirt to wear because it's so. I like shirts that are very airy. Like, you know, obviously it's perforated. It's just a very nice shirt to wear, really. Jeff, I don't think I washed it. You can smell it from Jersey. Right, so match, start, offline. Okay, so there we go. So I'm using Ria's phone. I'm using Ria's phone for the bot, so you guys can see there that the bot now has 10 shards as well. If I can put that actually like there, that's a little bit clearer. Okay, cool. Brub, BRB, no worries, Drybones. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, how you doing, buddy? And how have you been both recently? I've been good, thank you, Corn. I've been good. Been very busy. Work's been very busy. Stuff at home's been busy, but overall cannot really complain, to be honest. I've been really enjoying this card game Achroma. I've been really enjoying playing some Rust with Jeff and some F1 with Idol. Yeah, been doing good, thank you. Oh, no, you are here. Oh, okay. All right, so... Oh, you just want to say a funny bruh, I see. So let's get into a solo game. Obviously, we can keep chatting as we go, folks. Yes, we do, actually. We absolutely do. So for those that are watching on the recording, because obviously some people will watch this like when it's a video later on rather than a recording. So for those that are watching on the recording, this is game number 4 of today's stream. This is a solo game, me versus the NPC. I am using, both of us are using Cara Curdle heal decks. I am using an Achroma deck, which has Otrix as the legendary, and the NPC is using a Achroma deck using Cara Curdle. If anybody wants to know the rules of how to play the solo, I'll put a link to the PDF in the description after the recording. I will be doing a video in the next week or so on how the solo game works. I've ruined my team career mode, by the way. I forgot to change the main sponsor of the team so I can go... Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Can you just restart it? Okay, so let's get started by drawing 5 cards for me. I've got Block Out the Sun, Rabid Dog, Conjure Otrix, Jarvis, and Wrangled Wood. That's actually a very good starting hand. I'm not going to change that. Wrangled Wood is great for early points. Otrix, I'm not gonna play her until the NPC has a good character to claim, but that's still good. Same for Object of Power. And Block Out the Sun isn't that good earlier, but that's fine. That's fine. I'll leave my cards faced up. And right, so the NPC always starts, so I'll let them go first. No, because otherwise I'll lose all the progress. Oh yeah, true. Yeah. So the way this works slightly different for the NPC. So the NPC starts by going straight to their deploy phase, where they draw 3 cards one at a time. The card that is drawn, if they can afford to play it, they play it. If they can't afford to play it, they trade it. And will complete any actions on the cards. You just played Silent Hill 1 today and recorded it as well? Very nice. Are you posting on YouTube or is it going on Twitch? So I'm going to start by drawing the first card for them, which is a Curdle Woods, which they can afford to play, so we'll put it there. Folders, Achroma, there. Common, Curdle Woods. So Curdle Woods costs him 3. As an action, restrain a character in Curdle Woods. As I don't have a character, he basically has nothing to restrain, so it just stays there as a location. That will cost him 3. So next then, second card he gets to play is a Blueberry Grove, one of mine and Ria's favorite cards. He can afford to play that, so it'll cost 1. And Blueberry Grove is on the screen there. Costs 1 and it's 1 to resolve. And the last card for their turn is... Ooh, Detective Huxton, one of their rares. Very good character to have out early. Detective Huxton is there. So that will cost him 3. Detective Huxton is a really powerful card. You get +1 for every character location on your canvas in the resolve. Are you posting here on YouTube, this channel? Very nice. In which case, I'll give you a subscribe later on, Corn. And make sure that I catch your video. That'd be good to see. So the last part of the NPC's turn is they get to... If they haven't done any trading so far, they get to draw a card and trade it. So they haven't. So we get to trade this card. It is their Major Elite Investigation, which actually is quite a good one for them to trade because it gives them 5 shards straight back up to 8. Oh, no, sorry. We have to do their resolve step first, but it doesn't actually make too much of a difference do it which way around we do it. So in their resolve, they get +2 for Detective, +1 for Blueberry Grove, which is 3. 1, 2, 3. And also Huxton gives, like I said, +1 for each other character or location on your canvas. So as we have 2 other locations, he'll gain an extra +2. So NPC ends their turn on 13 shards. A good first turn from them. So my second card, my car is second best right now. My sponsor has achieved 8th place or better in the Construct Championship. After 1 race, we got a 1-3 finish. Oh, damn, yeah. So yeah, pretty easy then. Okay, so I'm going to start my turn by drawing a card. Ooh. Wow, I've got some strong cards. But I think I'm actually going to... I reckon what I'm going to do is play my Wrangled Wood and Conjure Otrix. I think I'm going to claim that Detective Huxton. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think that's my best move. So I'm going to start my turn by playing Wrangled Wood, which is a uncommon location for 3. And then I'm also going to play my legendary Conjurer Otrix for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put me all the way down to 2. And she is my legendary. She has an amazing power, which is you get to claim a character from another canvas. Claim means that basically I take it, it's now mine. So I'm going to take her lovely Detective Huxton. He is now my Detective Huxton. Easy 7 million. It was nice seeing you. Nice talking to you, Rhea, again. I must head to bed now, although I have a wonderful stream. Thank you very much, Tox. I really appreciate it, buddy. I really pleasure to see you. And thank you for coming into the stream for the first time today. Hope you have a great sleep, and I'll catch you around. All right, pop into Tesco's for bread and stuff. Be back a sec. No worries, Idle as well. Okay, so that is the end of my deploy step, because although I do have other cards, I have nothing that I can play with 2 shards. So I'll go to my Resolve, which gives me +3 for Wrangled Wood. I get to steal 1, so that gives me 1 and -1 there for contra Otrix. Detective Huxton gives me 2, and I get 1 for each other character and location, which is another 2. So that actually puts me back up to 10. And I'm going to end my turn by drawing. And I got a Road to Ludlam, which is not a bad card to get. Okay, that's my turn over. So let's go to the NPC. So the NPC starts now in their attack phase, but as they've got no characters to attack, we skip that. We'll go to their deploy phase. First card is a Restock. So the way Restock, anytime an NPC has to draw a card, they get to play or trade it instead. So Restock is their first card. It costs 2 to play. They then get to draw 2 cards and play them if they can afford to. So Hostile Takeover, they can afford to play it. So 1, 2, 3. Hostile Takeover, if I play it here, common location. No, sorry, uncommon location. Oh, no, sorry, it's an action. I'm being stupid. Hostile Takeover, it means that he can claim a location from another canvas. So that means he takes my Wrangled Wood over to himself, which actually is quite bad for me. So that's his first card from the Restock. The second one is Curdle Cave, which he can afford to play. So that costs 2. And that is a +1 for each other character on your canvas, which is going to be nothing for now. So that's his 2 cards played from the Restock. Now he gets his other 2 cards because his first card drawn was the Restock. So 2 more cards to draw. This one is a Mage's Elite Protector. He can afford to play that, so we will. 1, 2, 3. It's a uncommon character, which is +1 in the Resolve, and once per turn you can defend another character. And then last card to be pulled out for their deploy phase is a Ludlam City Guard, which again they can afford to play, so that's 1, and that gives them nothing. Get me some wine, Idle. I need to clarify, I'm joking. Knowing you'll fucking get some and drive over there. Yeah, knowing Idle, he would do that. Okay, so that is the end of their deploy phase, which now goes to their Resolve, which is +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, +6. And there's, so 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Curdle Cave is +1 for each character on your canvas. They have 2, so they gain another 2. It's actually a very strong turn by them. And then to end their turn, they get to draw and trade. And they haven't actually traded anything yet, have they? So, yep, they can draw Detective Raxia and trade her. Now, that is actually a shame that, that the NPC doesn't get to play that. But at the same time, 4 shards is quite a good trade. So up to 13. Okay. Very strong turn. Comes over to me then. So I'm going to start my turn by drawing, and then let's assess. So I've got Occultist Den, which I'm going to save that, because during your turn, you may dig for an Occultist character. I'm going to save that in case my Otrix gets deleted. Road to Ludlam is a good card to get out, but that would just be a single steal. Selective Diminish would be a good one. Erase up to 1 character and 1 location and 1 object of power. I could play that and get rid of... I mean, actually, I don't need to play that, because I can actually defeat both of her characters, both of the characters. That would only be erasing a location, so that's actually not that useful. Jarvis is to claim an object of power, not that useful. Rabid Dog is just a steal. Erase all characters and locations with any yellow, that would be none either. So I'll be honest, it's not really the best of turns. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in my attack phase. I'm going to use Contra Otrix to get rid of the Mage's Elite Protector, because that'll be a straight kill. And I'm going to use Detective Huxton to get rid of the Ludlam City Guard. So at least I clear their characters. And then I think just purely to make my board a bit stronger, I'm going to play... let's get out Road to Ludlam for 2. And then let's also play a rabid dog for 2. And that will end my deploy phase on 6. So my resolve will be, right, I'm going to be stealing 1, 2, 3. So at least I'm putting them back down to 10. And I get to then gain 1, 2, plus 1 for every other character and location, which is another 3. So that's actually quite a strong turn from me. Well, as in like shards-wise at least. And then I'm going to draw to end my turn. I'm hoping for something that will allow me to claim a location, because I'd love to claim that Rangold Wood back. Bam. No, Abundance of Quintessence. But actually, how many cards have I played this turn? I've only played 2, right? I may as well literally just play this now. So I'll play that, because you can play actions at any point on your turn. So that'll cost me 2, and I'll instantly get back 5. So gaining up to 17. I'll be honest, this deck is supposed to win by erasing the other person down to 0, or draining the person. But so far, I'm actually looking like I could win by getting to 30, which would be a surprise, to be honest. All right, so that is the end of my turn. So NPC's turn then. So they will start with the attack phase, but as they've got no characters again, they won't attack. So deploy phase, they get to deploy 3 cards. Their first one is Ludlam City Gate, which is a very strong location. It costs them 4, so they can afford to do that, and I'll pop it on the board. It's a +3. The action is null and void because he doesn't have his Ludlam City Guard. If I hadn't have destroyed that Ludlam City Guard, then actually he would have just had a really powerful action. Next card to come out then is a second Ludlam City Gate. So he can afford to play that, so another 4 goes. It's the same one again. Third card, which presumably they won't be able to play. Yeah, it's a Road to Ludlam. It costs them 2. They've only got 2 shards, so therefore this gets traded to go up to 4. So that's the end of their deploy phase. So their resolve, they get 3, 6, 9, 10 shards back. Very good. I don't have my car here back in a bit. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, you've got to walk to your shops now, haven't you? I'm actually going to tuck my chair a bit forward, I think. Better for my back this way. Okay. So then it goes to their trade step, but because they got to trade 1 in their deploy phase, they don't get to trade now. So that is the end of their turn. So my turn then. Right, again, I'm really hoping for something that erases locations. Do you know what? A Drain the Woods would be quite good right now, I think. Or something I just want to claim. I just want to be able to claim a location. I'm going to start my turn by drawing. Oh, perfect. There we go. I've got a Hostile Takeover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my turn by playing Hostile Takeover for 3. I'll put that on the screen for people that haven't seen that before. So that allows me to claim a location. I'm actually going to claim back the location that was taken from me earlier, which is my Rangold Wood. Which is just going to give me some more in the resolve, but also it takes away from them. I don't really have any other character. No other card would really help me here. I could play that just to erase one of their locations and get rid of one of the Ludlam City Gates. That would slow them down, but do I really want to spend 5 just to negate 2 when I could use that to also get rid of an object of power later or a thing? I might just trade that, to be honest. Yeah, should I trade that, or is that too powerful? I'm going to resolve and see how close. I'm going to resolve and see how close to 30 I am. So I might actually be able to just trade and win, to be honest. As I've got 10 shards worth of trading just here for my next turn anyway. So I'm going to resolve +3. Let's do my stealing first, actually. I get to steal 3. So 1, 2, 3. Minus that from this side. I get +2 from the Huxton. +3 from the Rangold Wood, which is 5. And then I get 1 for every other character and location on my canvas, which is 4. Yeah, I win. And then I'll end my turn by trading Selective Diminish for 5, bringing me up to 30. Hey, I won against the NPC. And actually, that was quite a convincing win as well. I think what helped, though, is the fact that I got my Conjure Otrix out really, really early was so useful. Because that Conjure Otrix stole that Huxton, and that just gave me so much resolve. Like, that's an Achroma deck. I shouldn't have been able to win that one by gaining to 30. All right, that was a good game. I'm gonna swap it up loads. So let's now do 2 completely different decks. I'm gonna put the Conjure Otrix on one side. Let's just quickly do this one as well. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Ah. Okay, I see why. Let me just double check this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22. Awesome. All right, so I'm thinking next. I really fancy a game with my Dexter Master of Dragons. I did say that I wanted to have a go at this deck today. And as I do normally like doing the whole Achroma versus, Achroma versus thing, I'm going to play against my... considering we've done games of Fall of Flutterby, we've done games of Cara Curdle, let's do one of Siege of Draco Temple. So I think I'm going to play Dexter versus Tenebris. What I'm going to do, though, is there is a card that I need to swap out, though. Monastery Nest for, I think, the bottom one. Because, unfortunately, I only have so many... I need to buy some more cards just to be able to deck build more. So there should now be 2 Monastery Nests in this deck. Perfect. Cool, right, let's give these a shuffle and give them a go. Again, I should highlight, I don't think there's many people watching right now, which is perfectly fine. If anybody watching does own the game Achroma, if you're from the Achroma community, if anybody would like to play a game against me, all you need is your webcam, is a webcam and a microphone, and obviously access to Discord. If you fancy a game, then please just don't hesitate to say and we can play. Likewise, if you don't want to play this week, you can always get ready and join next week. We do this every Sunday at 6 p.m. Yes, so there we go. That is that deck done quite nicely. Let's give the Tenebris deck a good shuffle. That'll do. Okay. Let's give this a go. So I'll start by drawing my 5 cards and decide whether I want to mulligan. I got Vast Volataris. What a great first card. Well, it's a good card to have, but it could easily get erased. Great Cloister, Hatchling, Prism Stone, and Breath of Ice. Yeah, I guess that's not a bad start. I'll keep that. I'm not gonna mulligan that. Idler's going to get his car and to get rid of his wine. That does sound like something Idle would do. Okay, let's get started then. NPC will go first. So they'll start by drawing their first card. And, oh my lord, their legendary is straight out. Now, actually, that's kind of beneficial that they always go first. Because that legendary would hurt more if I had something out. So Tenebris is a razor character, a locational character. I don't have one out, so he doesn't. But that will still cost him 6 to play. And that's still a very good character to get out early. So second card then is a Draco Hatchling. Can afford to play it, so he can have it out. And then third card is Search for Wisdom, which he cannot afford to play, so that will get traded, bringing him back up to 7. He'll then go to his Resolve phase, which is to gain 1 for the Hatchling. He would normally steal the Tenebris, because first player can't steal from me having my turn. That won't go through. So ends his turn on 8. So my turn then. I really need to find a way to get rid of his Tenebris, because that's going to be really important to do. So I'm really hoping that I get a Breath of Fire, because I think Breath of Fire might be my only option to get rid of a character. A Monastery Nest. Okay. So the bad news is I have no way of getting rid of the Tenebris right now. But the good news is I've got locations that can help me in the meantime. So I'm going to start my turn by playing 3 cards. I'm going to play Monastery Nest for 3, the one I just drew. I'm then going to also play... Do I play my Great Cloister now, or do I play my Vast Volataris? Can I afford to do all 3? If I play Great Cloister now, that cost me 2. That brings down to 5. I could then research one and keep... Okay, no, I can afford it. So I'm going to play Great Cloister for 2. So I get to research... Action is research 1. So I will look... it is a Achroma Overflow. I will pay 1 to keep that. So it puts me down to 4. I'll then also, for 3, play Vast Volataris, bring me all the way down to 1. And there, I'll put that on the screen as well. And that is where I will end my deploy phase. So my resolve will be a little bit of a tricky one. So I get to gain 3 for the Monastery Nest, steal 1 thanks to the Great Cloister, and Vast Volataris gives me 2, plus 1 for each card in my hand, which is currently 4. So I go back up to 11. So that's actually quite a nice turn. I can't play anything else, so I'll end my turn by drawing. I've got another Breath of Ice, which is great for if he gets some good locations, but doesn't help me right now with the Tenebris. And I'll end my turn there. So let's see what the NPC has to offer. So firstly, his attack phase. He can't attack because there's no characters out to attack me. First card is an Umbra Igneous. Oof. He's got a very strong canvas right now. That costs him 4, which he can afford to play. And Umbra Igneous is the one where when this character attacks, you can erase a location. So I've got to be very careful about what I put out. Otherwise, I could risk losing my Vast Volataris. Second card is a Achroma Claw, which he can afford to play. And the way the NPC works when it comes to attaching objects, it always gets attached to the character that is the lowest priority. So actually, the Achroma Claw goes to the Draco Whelp, making him more powerful. I love the idea that you've got these 2 crazy strong dragons with just then this little baby dragon with a fucking claw. Right, then the last card, which presumably is going to get traded because he can't afford to play it, is his Corrupted Portal. So yeah, he can't play that, so he gains the 4 shards. Okay, so that goes to his Resolve step, which is to gain 1. He then gets to steal 4 and -1. So I'll up 4 here. And then I lose 5. That's pretty heavy, if I'm honest. That's very, very lucky. Okay, so... and then lastly, he doesn't get to trade because he did it in his deploy step. Okay, so for myself, this is going to be really... I need a card that can destroy a character. I think the only thing I've got in this canvas that will do that is a Fireball. So give me a Fireball. Nope, just a Draco Hatchling. That is not helpful at all. So unfortunately, I'm going to be honest, there is nothing that I can really play on my turn. Breath of Ice is only useful if he has a location. Prism Stone is only good if I have a character out. And although I do have a couple of characters, they would get minced by those drakes and would destroy locations. So the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do Achroma Overflow at the end. The reason I'm not going to do it now is that if I wait till after my Resolve, it will give me an extra shard for Vast Volataris. So I'm going to go straight to my Resolve step, which is +3 for Monastery Nest, steal 1 for Great Cloister, 2 for Vast Volataris, and then an extra 1 for each card in my hand, which is currently 6. So it does put me up to 18, which is quite nice. I'm then going to draw a card near the end of my turn, just in case I have a better action. I don't. I have a Draco Whelp. So in which case, I am going to play my Achroma Overflow for 2. So I'm going to choose Dark Blue. Oh, wait, no, actually. You know what? I'm actually not going to play that. Right now, if I was to play it, the maximum I'd get back is 3. That's just going to be gaining 1 shard. I'm going to get more value out of it by staying in my hand for Vast Volataris. So I'm actually just not going to play it at all. So there you go. No cards played. I've literally just drew, resolved, drew. All right. End of my turn. Let's see what happens on this side. So firstly, attack phase. Nothing to attack. First card to play is an Achroma Haven. Now, that is not good news for me. That costs 4. That's actually quite a good location for them to have. That one is they get to steal per Drake they've got, which is technically only 1 right now, but hey, that's more steal against me, preventing me from winning. Second card is a Malum Drake, which he can afford to play, so it's 1. And Malum Drake is literally just a common character, nothing overly special, nothing to be aware of ability-wise. And then third and final card is a Mortius Drake, which thankfully he can't afford to play, so he'll trade it to bring it back up to 8, as that could have been quite bad if that was another Drake he could play. Okay, so then that brings him to his Resolve step, which is going to be quite dirty for me. So he gets a +1 there. He gets to steal. That is technically steal 2. That makes it up to 5. That makes it up to 6. So he's going to steal 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then he gets to minus another 2. That is crazy. He's up to 15 shards. And because he has trade on his turn, he doesn't get to trade again. All right, my turn. I desperately need a way to remove characters. I need like a... I don't know if I have a chromatic extinction in this deck, but if I did, that would be ideal. So I'm going to draw to start my turn. Hiya! No, it's Materno. But, saying that, Materno, I can't play Materno now, but hear me out, folks. If I manage to get my Dexter card on my next turn, I could play Materno and Dexter and actually start having protected dragons, and that actually would make up a massive difference. But for now, genuinely, there's basically nothing. Oh, actually, there is something I can do. Right, so I'm going to start my turn by spending 2 to play Breath of Ice, and I'm going to get rid of his Achroma Haven, because at least that means that that's 2 less steel that he's going to be doing. Otherwise, I don't think there's anything else I can really play. So therefore, I'm just going to go straight to my Resolve, which is +3. Steal 1. And then gain 2. Then +1 for each card in my hand, which is currently 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am getting close to winning, but it's very push and pull right now. I'm going to end my turn. Well, I'm going to draw. No, just another Draco Fledgling. I've got some brilliant dragons, but because he had his Tenebris out first, I can't play them until I get rid of that Tenebris. So that, unfortunately, will be the end of my turn. Oof. All right, let's see what the NPC can do. So, again, he won't attack because he's got nothing out. Ring of Ice. He can afford Ring of Ice for 3. So this goes to the lowest priority, which is currently the Malum Drake. So the Malum Drake gets himself a Ring of Ice. So next card he gets to play is a Great Cloister, which he can afford to play. We've seen Great Cloister. It's the same one as I had earlier. So he gets to research 1. So he gets to pay 1 to play this card. Ooh. Ritualistic Notion. So he can afford to play this. So it costs 2. Let me bring it up on the board for you guys to see. And then we'll talk about how this works. So the way that Ritualistic Notion works is he gets to sacrifice a card from his canvas to erase any character or location on mine. So the way it works is he would sacrifice his lowest priority card. So his lowest priority card is technically his Great Cloister, because this is because it's based on the value. So actually, it is going to be the Great Cloister that he just played that he will sacrifice. And then he gets to erase a card on my canvas, which will be the highest priority one, which will be the Vast Volataris. So unfortunately, that is my Vast Volataris gone. That's actually quite detrimental to my game plan right now. Okay, and then his last card to come out is... Oh, look at that. He gets another Achroma Haven after all that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring him down to 2. All right, this could be GG for me, unfortunately. Not in this turn, but like that could be the turning point. So his resolve step now is he gets to steal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, yeah, stealing 6 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He gets to minus 2. And he gets to gain an extra 1 thanks to his Draco Hatchling. Oh, my lordy lord. Okay. And then has he traded this turn? I don't think he did he? No, he didn't. So he can play 1 more card. Wait. I'm stupid. Sorry. He could play 1 more card. He's only played 2 cards this turn. He played the Great Cloister. Yeah, because the restriction from his research. My apologies. He can play 1 more card. We'll see how this affects it. Ring of Ice. He would have been able to afford that. And it doesn't actually affect his resolve, so that's fine. It goes to the lowest priority, which is currently the Draco Hatchling. Gets that. That doesn't actually change anything, apart from just that he's now got that. Socked on pot noodles? Very nice. That is the uni way of living. Okay, so I'll start my turn by drawing. Shit. The only way of me winning now is I need some way to... I either need a Fireball or I need Dexter, and I'm not picking that up. Strength of numbers is great, but it's not going to help me on this turn. I will play another Breath of Ice for 2. to get rid of his Achroma Haven again, because that could be really brutal in the long run. That's literally all I can afford to play this turn. Although he might... Wait, how is he going to win this turn potentially now? Because he's currently stealing 3, 4... Oh, only 6. So I'm not going to die, but it's going to get close. So yeah, I'm going to resolve, which is 3, and steal 1. And I'm going to end my turn, but well, I'm going to draw another Drago Fledgling. Look how many dragons I've got, but I just can't play any of them until we get rid of that damn Tenebris. Okay, so yep, that is the end of my turn, unfortunately. Oh, I'm getting so unlucky. All right, so he won't attack. First card is a Ring of Fire. He can afford that. It goes to the lowest priority, which is currently... No, it's not that. This is currently 3, 4, 5, 6. This is currently priority 7. That is priority 7 as well. No, 8. No, that's... Oh, I need to see, actually. Stand by, folks. Okay, so uncommon is 1. So this card is currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so that's currently 7 priority. This one is currently... It's going to be this one, actually. That one's 4. Yeah, it's going to be here. So the Malum Drake gets a... also gets a Ring of Fire. Very powerful. You got Hula Hoops, Pepsi Max, Pot Noodles, Bread, and now Me's happy. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, things are going all right. Thank you, Ida. We're having some fun solo games. Yeah, that is an F. I'm really struggling here. So that was their first card, wasn't it? Right, so second card for their turn is a Mortius Drake. They, however, cannot afford to play it, so they get to trade it for 4. And their third card is a Rock, which they can afford to play, so they will. Put Rock down there. Okay, then it goes to their resolve step, which is going to be brutal to me. So they're going to be stealing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that gets me down to 10 and puts them up to 9. They then get to minus 1, 2 from me. Oh, there's actually another steal there that I didn't even realize. And they also get to plus 1. Okay, so yep, down to 11, 7. Not great. It looks like the middle of the day with your lighting, but I know it's still dark. Yeah, it looks like the sun's shining through there, but it is actually, yeah, it's just the room lighting. All right, so I'm going to start my turn by drawing. Yeah, I have to. Another strength in numbers! I've got some amazing cards in my hand right now, but not what I need to get rid of the Tenebris. There are 2 Fireballs and a Dexter in that deck. There's 3 cards I'm looking for, and I just can't find them. I think I might actually be dead this turn, folks. I think I might be dead. Yep, because I can't... So, just to be very clear about why I'm not playing these cards, Strength in Numbers is a card which you only play if you have loads of dragons out. I don't have dragons out, so useless. Chroma Overflow is only good if you have loads of cards that share the same color. I don't. Useless. Prism Stone, very good card, but only useful if you have a character to put it on. I don't. Useless. Then all of these characters, Materno, Hatchling, Whelp, Fledgling, all of them are so weak that if I played them, they wouldn't get me any benefit because by the time it reaches my next turn, they'll have been killed by all of these characters. What I'm looking for is a Fireball. A Fireball would allow me to erase his Tenebris, which would get rid of his best character. Or I'm looking, ideally, I need a Dexter card. Because if I play Materno and Dexter at the same time, then all of my dragons would be protected and therefore... it would be much better. But unfortunately, I think I'm going to lose this. So I literally am going to have to go straight to my resolve, which is plus 3 and steal 1. I think I might be dead next turn, if I'm honest. I'm going to actually have to trade rather than draw, I think. Because how much steal has he got right now? 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got 6 steal and 2 minus. Okay, I'm gonna try. No, I'm gonna have to trade. I'm gonna trade one of my strength in numbers, I think. No, I'm going to trade my Chroma Overflow. It's not really that useful to me right now. Okay. Their turn. Yeah, just don't die. It's hard. It's hard. I'm just getting very unlucky with my card draw. NPC's turn. A Impious Drake. They can afford to play it, so they will. Next turn. Oh, action. Choose a player. They must erase a card. So he chooses me. I'll erase my Great Cloister. That was this one. Next card they get is another Impious... Oh, no, that's so unlucky. Another Impious Drake for 2, which again means I have to erase a card, so that gets rid of my Monastery Nest. Look at this! This was unfair. And then their third card is a Monastery Gates, which they can afford to play, but I'll be honest, it's quite useless to them. It's basically a location that is block. That's insane. All right, and then they get to draw. They get to resolve, which is stealing 3, 4, 5, 6 steal. 1. They get to minus 1, 2, 3, 4. Oof, good I traded. And they get to +1. Maybe give it more of a shuffle next time. I did. I was going very unlucky. All right, so I'll start my turn. Look how many cards I've got in my hand, man. If I still have Vast Volataris out of 1. So I'm going to start my turn by drawing. I really need Dexter, although I think I'm dead regardless, actually. Nah, a Monastery Nest. I'm dead. There's nothing I can do here. Because I can't afford to play Monastery Nest, even if I wanted to. Like, basically, there's no scenario here where I would have won. If I'd have just traded, if I'd have just double traded this turn, the most I would have got would have been 5 shards and I'd be dead anyway. By drawing this, and it's not Dexter, I have no way of removing any cards, so yeah. Unfortunately, I am literally going to do nothing my turn and just end my turn. We'll go to their turn, resolve, and I would die. I am dead. That is the game over. Out of interest, let's see how many cards it would have been before I got a Fireball or a Dexter. No. Oh, actually, so Minima Draco, choose another player, draw a card for each character on their canvas. So if I'd have got to my next turn and played that, I would have got to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I swear I have a Fireball in this deck. So there's no Fireball and no Dexter there. Right, what have we got? There's Dexter. Wait, do I not have a Fireball in this deck? Oh, I must not. This deck is not, this is not a control deck. Well, all that time I was asking for a Fireball, turns out I didn't have one. Yeah, I think I built this deck to be a very defensive deck. It's more about just, you know, I want to try and get up to 30. Which, in fairness, I did get close. I was at, what, 23 shards at one point? But he got rid of my Vast Volataris, which is how I lost. Yeah. Damn. That was a good game. Well, there we go. The NPC won one against me, and I won the last game when I did Otrix versus Cara. I'm going to do one more game against the NPC, I think. Unless anybody in chat wants to play against me. I'm going to play one of my favorite decks, Entombed Elders. Although I'm going to swap that for this. Yeah, normally there is there. Where is it? There you go. That's where it normally goes. Would you like to come in for one game? I'll come upstairs for it. It's up to you. Like, if you can do if you want to, and obviously you can just play where the NPC is playing. If you want to do that, you're more than welcome, sweetie. I'm also happy just to play a game against the NPC. Obviously I'd love to play a game against you, but like, don't feel like you have to. I'm more than fine playing against the NPC. It's basically a case of if you want to, then it's a pleasure to have you. If you be doing it for the case of, to save Charlie playing another NPC game, it's genuinely fine because the NPC is fine. It's really up to you. I'm quite tired, but I feel bad. No, don't feel bad. Genuinely. Like, if I'm actually really, really grateful for the God, his name suddenly got out of my head. But the guy from the Achroma community that made this solo mode. Because if it wasn't for this solo mode, Rhea, then, you know, Ollie, after the 3 games of Ollie, I would have had to event stream, or like, you know, or kind of not pressured, or I would have like had to ask like, hey, Rhea, do you want to come play a game? But genuinely, the fact I've now got this solo mode actually makes it so much nicer to stream, because I'm, you know, I'm here should anybody want to play games. But the solo, no, it wasn't David. It was, what's his name? Ben Jovi. They're relatively new to the Discord. But it's really, really fun to play. Yeah, it's okay, sweetie. I'll do an NPC one. And then I'll probably look to end stream after that, unless if a player suddenly turns around and goes, hey, yeah, I'm ready to play, then obviously I'll play. But like, only come up and play yourself, Rhea, if you genuinely are like, I want to play Achroma. Otherwise, genuinely, do not stress, do not worry. I enjoy playing against the NPC. So I'm going to play one of my favorite decks, which is my Entombed Elders deck. And let's play against Rhea. Actually, no, I'm going to choose. I'm going to go against my King Craven Traitorius deck, the other one that I made earlier today. Oh, yeah. If you do try some Sherlock, I could always help you with it afterwards. Okay, so, right, King Craven. Let's see how this deals against my King Craven deck that I made today. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you doing that. All right. That is a good shuffle for them. But I can't chat because I have your phone. Yeah, well, yeah, because I have your phone. Yeah. It's fine, sweetie. I appreciate it. Thank you, though. Okay, so let's get started, I guess. So let's start by drawing my 5 cards. Chromatic Extinction. That's what I needed in the last game. Minima Draco. Vast Volataris, Minima Draco, and Monastery Nest. That's a very powerful starting hand, if I'm honest. Well, actually, is it? Monastery Nest is great. Vast Volataris is great. Chromatic Extinction is only good if he has a powerful first turn, and Minima Draco is only good if he has other characters. That's fine. I won't mulligan. I'll run with it. All right, so that's my hand. Let's get started then. We always start with the NPC. So, NPC's first turn is an Achroma Factory, which he can afford to play, so we'll put it in. It's a common location, Achroma Factory. Hi, chat. Thank you, Jeffu. I appreciate it. So, Achroma Factory is squish 2 for every fairy, pixie on the canvas, which is currently nothing. Next card is Carmilla Traitorius. So Carmilla is a 2-cost character. She gets to erase a location or object. There is none, so that doesn't happen. But it is still a help for her Achroma Factory. And then last card is a second Achroma Factory for 2. Okay, interesting. And then because she has her resolve is a -1. Technically, actually, it's -1 and then 2 squish. So that would be -3. But as I haven't had my first turn, she can't minus from me. So then goes to her trade step, and because she hasn't traded, she gets to, and it's going to be trading an Achroma Bomb for 2. All right, my turn then. I'm going to start by drawing. I've got a Minima Draco. Okay, so she's already got a Carmilla Traitorius out, so I've got to be very careful here. I'm going to start by playing Monastery Nest for 3. And I'm actually going to also play a Minima Draco for 3. Because that is going to be stronger. I can kill her Carmilla next turn, and I get to draw for my Minima Draco, I get to draw a card for every character they have on their canvas, which is only 1, but it still means I get to draw 1 card, and it is a Search for Wisdom. I'm probably going to trade that, to be honest. Okay, so I'm going to go to... I can technically play one more card. Should I play my Vast Volataris? Yeah, go on. Let's just do it. I'm going to play my Vast Volataris for 3. Might be a bit risky playing it so early, which is my rare. And then I'm going to go to my Resolve, which is +1, +3, +2. So that's +6. And then I get 1 for each card in my hand, which is currently 4. So I go up to 11. I'll then go to my end step, in which I'm going to trade. Actually, I will trade Search for Wisdom, but I want to draw first to see what I actually get next turn. A Breath of Ice. Interesting. Okay, cool. All right, their turn then. So it starts with the attack phase, but because Carmilla is worse than the Minima Draco, they won't attack. So I get to, we'll go straight to their deploy. Oh, a Double Trouble. Interesting. So it costs 3 to play, and they get to choose whatever card is the highest value. Now, the highest priority. It is highest priority, isn't it? Yeah, the highest priority. Well, okay. So here's where the rules of the NPC is a little bit... Here's where the rules of the NPC is a little bit kind of like... You have to be very clear. So the way it works is whenever the NPC is copying... No, it is choosing a card. Normally it would be the highest priority card. So theoretically, my Minima Draco is the highest priority character compared to Carmilla because he's a 3 cost. However... The golden rule in the solo game, the golden rule that trumps all other rules, is all actions that happen have to be taken to the highest advantage of the NPC. So it has to be the best decision for them. Technically, the best decision is to copy Carmilla. Oh wait, yeah, it would be to copy Carmilla Tratorius, because then he'd get to use the action to erase a location or object of power, so he could erase my Vast Volataris. As much as I hate that happening, because it means my Vast Volataris is going to go, I can't deny that that would be the best case scenario for them. So therefore, that is what has to happen. So, Double Trouble copies Carmilla. Carmilla has an action which to erase a location. My highest priority location is Vast Volataris, so off that pops. It sucks, but has to play it how it goes. And then that's their first card played this turn, wasn't it? Second card played is Serrano, but he can't afford to play it, so he gets traded and goes up 4. His third and final card is Skynet. Oh, god damn it. Skynet costs him 3 and erase a character with any coloured shard. So that's going to be my Minima Draco gone. That is a strong turn from him. And he gets to then Resolve, which is -1, -2. Technically, he's got 2 pixies on the board now. So that is -1, -2, -4, -6. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And he won't do the trading because he has done. So my turn then. Shit. Okay. Right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start my turn by trading Search for Wisdom to gain 4 shards, up to 9. I'm going to play Chromatic Extinction. Oh, no. I don't want to play Chromatic Extinction because I'll get rid of... Yeah, I'm going to play Chromatic Extinction for 4. I was going to choose to get... so Chromatic Extinction allows me to erase either all characters or all locations. But it does mine as well. So I was going to choose locations to get rid of his 2 Achroma factories. But it's going to be better to get rid of his character. But that would get rid of my Monastery Nest, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to choose characters, which gets rid of these 2. So at least that effectively means that right now he's got no Resolve. And then... Oh, wait, no, Yeah, no, I'm not stupid. And then I'm also going to play 2 other cards this turn. I'm going to play a Ruba Draco for 2. And I'm also going to play a Breath of Ice for 2 and destroy one of his Achroma factories. There we go. I'm then going to do my Resolve, which is to gain 5 back. I'm going to end my turn by drawing. I've got a Dracoplanium Library, which is not a bad one to have for my next turn. Got to show my list for the drivers this season in my career mode. I forgot to tell you my list for the drivers this season. What do you mean by your list? As in like the drivers that are in this career. All right, so first turn for the NPC is a bounce, which he can afford to play. He will bounce the bounce is this one. So that he bounces a character, location, or object. It'll be the one with the highest priority, which is my monastery nest, so that gets bounced back to my hand. Not ideal, but not terrible. The next card, so his second card this turn, is an imp. He can afford to play it, so he will. It costs him 1. He gets to draw a card, but he'll have to trade that because he can't afford to play it for 2. And, yep, that's it. And then his last card this turn is a Ravaged one, which costs him 1. And the action is he gets to squish 1, so he'll squish the imp. So he then goes to his Resolve step phase, which is -1, minus another 1 for the squish. And the Achroma Factory is because he's got 1 pixie out, it's another -1. And then his last turn, he can't trade because he's already traded, so he's down to 2 shards. Oh, it's close. Look, we're on 3 and 2. Like where they've got and stuff. Oh, I see. Send it to me in a DM. That'll be probably easier to read. But yeah, we'll see what the drivers are like. So I will start then my turn by... I need to trade to start my turn. But I don't want to trade. I need to play cards. Shit. I really like my Dracoplanium library, but it's not going to be much use to me whilst I've got low shards. So I'm going to start my turn by trading Dracoplanium library for 2 shards. I'm going to... in my attack phase, I'm going to use Ruber Draco to attack the Ravaged one. Actually, no. I'll get rid of the Imp. And then I will spend 3 to play the Monastery Nest again. I'll then go to my Resolve phase, which is to gain 5 back. And then I'm going to draw to end my turn with a Prism Stone. Okay, that's not bad. If I can stay relatively high, I can get those 2 out next turn. That wouldn't be too bad. But this is really tough, I'm going to be honest. Okay, so their turn. The attack phase, they won't attack, so they would lose. First card being drawn is a Ravaged one. He can't afford to play that, though, so that gets traded for 2. Second card is a Castle Gates. He can't afford to play that, so it gets traded for 4. And then last card is a Role Reversal, which he can afford to play. So that costs 3. And it's going to swap these 2 cards over. Which actually is not great for me. So he then gets to do his Resolve, which is to gain 2 from my Minima Draco. And he doesn't get to trade because he's done that in his last turn. My turn. Okay, so I'm going to start by drawing. Okay, actually, I can play all 3 of these cards, can't I? 5... Yeah, I'm going to play all 3 of these. So I'm going to play my Minima Draco for 3, which allows me to draw 1 card because of his Ruber Draco. I got Research Collection. That's good. I'm going to trade that at the end. I'm also going to play my Monastery Gates for 1, which is just a really simple location, which will give me a block, which will help. And then for 2, I'm going to actually give my Prism Stone to the Ravaged one. And that just means that he's not going to be able to attack next turn with that. So then I'll go to my Resolve, which is 3, 6, 7. Bring me up to 8. That's not too shabby. And I'm going to actually end my turn by trading the very last card in my hand, Research Collection, for 4 to get me back up to 12. It does mean that I now have no cards in my hand, but at least I'm on a high shard count. His turn. Anything could happen here. So in the attack phase, he won't attack because the NPC never attacks if it would be a trade. And because the Ruber Draco could attack the Ravaged one and kill a Prism Stone, but it'd be a trade, so no. First card, Soaking Stone. He can't afford to play it, so he will. Soaking Stone is a standard common location, which gives him 1 steal. Next card, Corrupted Groves. He can afford to play this. Corrupted Groves means that now any cards with a black shard will cost 1 less to play. You sent it? Lovely. I'll have a read of that after stream, which won't be too long. And then last card to this turn is a Morag. However, he can't afford to play it, so he gets traded for 3. Oh, sorry, only 2 because because of the Corrupted Groves. So then it goes to his resolve step, which is +2, steal 1, but I will block that, and no minus. Okay, that's it. And then he won't trade because he traded before. That actually isn't too bad a turn, actually. All right, my turn. I'm going to start by drawing. Come on, be something useful. Oh, that's brilliant. Breath of Fire. So I'm going to spend 4. I'm going to do this. Actually, am I going to do that? I might save Breath of Fire, actually, because right now, in my attack phase, I'll use the Minima Draco to get rid of the Ruba Draco, which goes to mine. Actually, there's no real use out of Breath of Fire. Yeah, not Fire. Breath of Fire. Yeah, that was from last stream. Because the only card that's really an issue there is Soaking Stone, but I'm blocking it. I'm going to save my Breath of Fire in case he gets his Legendary. So therefore, I'm just going to go straight to my resolve step now, which is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which is quite nice, actually. Brings me up to 19. And I'll end my turn by drawing, which is another Monastery Gates, which isn't amazing, but hey, block is block. So that's fine. All right, his turn. First card, Achroma Corruptor. It cannot be played because it's an object of power and he hasn't got a character out, so that gets traded for 2. Next card, Full Palette. He can afford to play that, which is this one. And it will attach to his highest priority, so that is this one. Next card is... last card is Snuff Out. He can afford to play that. Snuff Out is to give a character Squish to, which we'll do there as well. So, he goes to his Resolve phase now, which is Steal 1, but I will block it. Full Palette means he gets to gain 6. And then Snuff Out means he gets to -2 from me. So, that's quite a nothing turn. Like, I actually might be able to win this turn. But what I'm concerned about is if I don't win this turn, he's starting on 10 shards next turn, which means that he will most likely be able to play his cards, and there might be some bad ones. So I need to try and win on this turn if I can. I'm going to start by drawing. Okay, I'm not going to be able to win this turn, because if I was to just resolve and trade, I'd be gaining 7. I'd be gaining 11. I'm going to take a risk here. So I'm going to play Monastery Gates for 1, just to have an extra block. My goal here is I'm going to trade Monastery Underside at the end of this turn. That will leave me really close to victory. The only card that could come out next, which would stop my victory, would be King Craven. But if I then keep Breath of Fire, I could actually kill King Craven. So this could work quite nicely. So, yes, I will go straight to my resolve, which is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll then go straight to my end step, and I'm going to trade Monastery Underside for 4. So, technically, well, I think I've won regardless, right? Yeah, I've won regardless, because even if he brings out King Craven, I can just trade Breath of Fire next turn to win. We'll still play out his turn. Let's see what his turn would have been, because I haven't won yet. So, first card is a Ravaged one, which he can afford to play, so -1. Second card is a Bounce. Bounce will be my highest priority card, which will be Monastery Nest. Yep. So that oh, sorry, bounce to my hand, not oh, looks like I got to say him. I've heard you calling his name. Has he been a bit of a butt? He's that hungry, is he? All right. Well, what? Okay. Well, give him the other half pouch for now. And what I'll do is after stream, I'll run to the shop and get him some biscuits, because I think if we had biscuits, then he would like meow once and then go for those. Biscuits. All right. I'll get him some biscuits. Bless him. Going to Imola McLaren qualified 1-2. Very nice. All right. So where was I? So that's his second card. So his third card this turn is a blackout. This actually is quite crazy. So costs him 3 and it drains 3 shards. Oh, actually, he might still be in it here. Drain 3 shards from all locations. I'll bring it on the board so you guys can read it. Sorry. Drain 3 shards from all locations with any colored shards. So that will destroy his own Soaking Stone. Oh, actually, it only cost him 2 as well because of Oh, I've been stupid. That only cost him 2 Yeah, that only cost him 2 because of his Corrupted Groves. Sorry, 1, I should say. But yeah, so, and then that will destroy my 2 Monastery Gates, which means that my block is now gone. That's his turn over. So then it goes to his Resolve, which is his Ravaged 1 is Squish 1, and his Achroma Factory is Squish 1. So I actually -2. And that's the turnover. Okay, no, I can still win because I can basically, I'll start my turn by trading Breath of Fire for 4. I'll go straight to my Resolve, which is to gain 3. So yeah, there we go. I've won. So that did actually get a bit close. He had a couple of, you know, that blackout that came out really then affected me. If I wasn't so close to winning, that could have been quite detrimental. And out of interest, what was coming out next? Another blackout. His throne room where he could have stopped me. Oh, where's this King Craven? There it is. So, okay, I got quite lucky as King Craven didn't come out. But either way, there we go. I won that game. Like, let's make sure that his Ravaged 1 goes back to the right deck. That was still a very, very good game. I'm a bit annoyed that I didn't get my legendary Entombed Elders out, but hey, it is what it is. Well, there we go. Oh shit, dropping cards left, right, and center now. Okay, well, there we go. Awesome. Okay, so, folks, with that game over, let me just double check to see if there's anyone that wants a game. Okay, it doesn't look like, it looks like the reason why Pegalinks didn't join us in stream today is because he was on a date, otherwise he would have played. So that... it doesn't look like there's anybody that imminently wants to play with me, and I've had some fun doing some solo games. So I think you know, I do normally say 2 to 4 hours. We're close to the 3-hour mark, so I think that is a good stopping point for today's stream. So yeah, we will look to end. So obviously, thank you very, very much to Ollie for being my only player today. It was good to get some games in with him and test out some decks. Thank you to Rhea and Mole for being my mods coming in and looking after the chats. Thank you to those that have been in the chat today. Obviously not mentioning everybody, but thank you Idol, thank you Jeff, thank you Tox, thank you Mole, thank you Rhea. Well, you know, it's been a bit of a quiet one today, but it's been nice. It's been some good games. If you guys have any questions about Achroma, you could check out some of my other Achroma content. And obviously, if you wish to join me in Achroma, I'll be streaming this every Sunday at 6 PM if you want to see some more games. In the meantime, folks, I hope you have a fantastic week. Thank you, as always, to Mariotta and Liv, who are currently my coffee support chickens. If you wish to support me, guys, you can check out the coffee link below the stream and look to see what you get there. But thank you to those two. But yeah, my next stream will be next Sunday. Have a fantastic week in the meantime, folks. As always, stay wholesome. I've been Foul Play Gaming. I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much.